Good morning. It is 8:38 Thursday morning. I'm very excited about the show. There is no time to sit and rest. Every single minute of this show has been planned out to a T. There's not 1 minute or even like 1 second that we can waste because there's so much going on this morning.
Yeah, the best part is that we're giving away some fun run tickets. So you just have to like, share, and comment in order to win those fun run tickets. I think there are some people out there, if you really want to win these tickets, they're going to be really super excited. I'm not one of those people that's going to be running in the fun run. There's nothing fun about running.
Well, I could see you not enjoying running. I have to be fair. It's not like I run for fun as well, but a lot of people do. And guess what? You're going to get a medal. It's a 5K, and there's a great cause. And, man, the United Way, Texas City Firefighter Games, it's happening. Is it next weekend?
It is. It's next Friday and Saturday. This fun run is taking place on Saturday. So if you are a runner and you're interested in running for free.
And obviously you are. If you're watching this show, I assume you are.
See, that's what I also don't understand is why would I pay money to go run for fun?
Well, you don't have to. That's why we're giving away tickets for free, so you don't have to pay anything. You can go have the time of your life for absolutely free, courtesy of the Firefighter Games, United Way, KHEA Radio, making this possible. You can be running for free. You know what? And hit that little run. I see Natasha already did. She hit the run emoji, and I'm putting one too. So let us know. Are you going to be attending the Firefighter Games? Or are you going to be running in the fun run? Do you find running fun? A lot of people find exercise fun. It just depends. It just depends where you're at in your life and what you consider a good time. So for me, like basketball is fun, right? Doing the radio is fun. Meeting new people is fun. Running a 5K?
Not fun.
There's
Easy.
more fun things you can do.
Easy. There's a lot more fun. You know, I used to run a lot, actually.
Oh, of course.
I did.
Oh, no, yeah.
When I lived in Omaha and I was a news reporter, I didn't have to go into work until noon. So I would work like 1 to 9. So I'd still wake up at 8 o'clock, but I would get up, I would stretch for an hour and a half because
You'd stretch for an hour and a half?
No, it was like an hour. Like that's better. But yeah, now I go running.
I think I missed it.
The ramp?
Yeah, I'm going to do this anyway. Here we go. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It's 8:41 Thursday morning. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We're streaming live on Facebook. We're also live right here at 99.5 FM over the airwaves, broadcasting live from Lamarck, Texas. Yesterday, we had an awesome time. Awesome show. We had Pierre Castillo in. We had Pastor Catherine Rudolph in studio, and we also had Alan Hutchins from A&A Machine and Fabrication, and then we went and did Pierre's show. Yeah,
we had a wonderful time yesterday on Pierre's show talking about it. We actually shared that on our Facebook page. If you aren't a fan, if you're not liking KHEA Radio, go ahead and smash that like button at KHEA Radio on Facebook. We do a lot on Facebook, including giveaways, like we're doing today for the Firefighter Games on 6th Street. We're giving away a pair of passes, I believe, to the fun run at the Firefighters Games.
Yeah, we love, the firefighters, our first responders, people in the community who are doing really good things. So Christopher with Santa Fe Water Services said, "Good morning, guys. Thank you for supporting the Firefighter Games." You know what, Chris? We need to get you in that fun run. Can you please hit an emoji, the running emoji? We appreciate everything that you do for the community, your business does, and especially the first responders. So we want to give away a pair of passes, and how you do that is hit that little emoji, man. And we're doing that through Facebook. So if you're listening on 99.5 FM, come join us on Facebook. See some of the behind-the-scenes action that goes on around here.
Yeah, when the FM dies, we keep going on Facebook.
When the FM dies? Why you got to be so dark?
Well, like ends. Or when we go off the FM.
Like the end of the world? Like, what are you talking about?
Well, I feel like there was a song about when the music dies, and I feel like the FM should also be included in that.
Like the day the music dies?
The day.
Don't sing it. Man, put some respect on the time and music.
The best one was the Star Wars version of that song.
Weird Al?
Yes.
That was
my favorite one.
Disrespect on it.
No.
Yes, a little bit. So it's 8:43. Again, this is Thursday. Today we have an awesome show. We have a ton of guests that are coming in, and it's going to be a great time. So we're going to be learning about a fashion show, a local fashion show that's supporting Moms on a Mission, MOM. That's a local nonprofit that was started, just after Hurricane Harvey. Some regular moms, just normal people said, hey, we want to do something, and we need to do something. It's our duty. So they started a nonprofit organization, and there is a fashion show taking place, and we're going to learn all about it. I'm really excited because I even saw Jennifer Fuller from Bay Area Houston Food Lovers. She has been posting about it. So when I know Jennifer is involved in supporting something, it's going to be very much successful.
Yeah, so there are 10 o'clock guests. The whole crew, I think, is coming. Leah, Colleen, and who is the other person?
Are you serious?
I forget the
Sarah.
other. Oh,
Sarah.
Don't tell her I said that.
Was that legit right now? Because you always forget Sarah. Why?
Just don't tell her. Don't tell her.
But we're also forgetting the newest mom on a mission, Concetta. Remember, she officially joined Moms on a Mission. So I'm wondering if she's coming in. Concetta Maceo.
I'm looking over at our intern chair so that she could sit in the intern chair again.
And then we're also going to have Blake. We're going to have Blake Hawkins from Freedom Hawk in studio, 9:30 to 10. And then we're having a 9 o'clock guest as well.
Yeah, at 9 o'clock, we're going to have the Bay Area Alliance for Youth and Families. They're going to be talking about the dangers of vaping and teens who are now doing so. And, so we're going to be talking about all those and hearing some stories about that. They have a major annual meeting coming up later this month, and so they're going to be talking about that as well.
Vaping kind of started as an alternative to smoking. I don't think it kind of started. It definitely started. And a lot of people have probably used it as a tool to quit smoking, to put cigarettes away. It's how you can get rid of the tobacco. It's straight nicotine. The thing about it is a lot of kids have been introduced to it, and they can control the amount of nicotine, the flavors that go into it. It's been a pathway for kids to start an addiction instead of, as adults, like maybe tapering off or just trying something different. So we're going to be talking and learning all about that and seeing if there's enough awareness being spread about it, how you can find out, hey, are your kids vaping? Is this safe for them? And maybe encourage them not to do it. So I don't know. It's a really important thing, and it's still really new, and I don't know if we know the long-term effects of vaping versus straight up smoking cigarettes.
Is it called popcorn lungs? Is that what I've heard it be called before?
Yeah, popcorn lung was a thing that popped up. I saw maybe 3 years ago, and just the name is kind of scary in itself. And then I saw a lot of people were being like, "Oh, that's not real," or a small case. I don't know. I honestly don't know, and I think that's why Bay Area Alliance is spreading accurate information. They have the research. There's statistics that have been put into it now, and we can actually ask those questions because I honestly don't know. But yeah, I know popcorn lung was a thing that popped up maybe even a little longer than 3 years ago, and it's man, what popcorn? That's terrible. Right? You only have one set of lungs, and they need to last your entire life.
Have you seen some of those videos where they take a jar of cotton balls and then they smoke into it?
As a filter, yeah.
As a filter,
Mm-hmm.
and it's this is what your lungs look like. It's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's hard to look at and be like, oh, that's what you're doing?
Yeah.
The nice thing is if you are a past smoker or if you are vaping right now, there is a way to stop. There's a way. Just stop. Cold turkey.
Okay, we were talking to was it Dr. Chapa in studio?
Yes, it was on Tuesday.
Yeah, he was saying that nicotine in some studies has shown to be more addictive than even heroin.
Really?
Yeah, and he said he thinks it could play the fact that it's legal, the fact that you can go to the grocery store, the fact that you can go to any store on the corner and just get them, for not for free, but $5, $6, $7, but however much they cost. But it's totally legal, so it's readily available, and you can easily get them. Like heroin, you got to go out of your way and really risk getting arrested and everything else that goes into that. But yeah, nicotine is very addictive, and that's what they put inside of these vapes, inside of these Juuls, and it can be a bad thing whenever kids get it really, really early and start an addiction before they even have a chance to get into life.
Well, I think, when you look at just growing up, our society, we had it was the norm.
Smoking
was. Have you ever? I used to watch Mad Men, and it was a show that was on AMC, and in every episode, they're just sitting there smoking cigarettes. You know, like just constantly. But that was what the norm was. You know, in the 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, we didn't see it as oh my gosh, this is concerning until 1960, you know, and then already by then it's kind of too late.
And even in those early years, like what were they adding in there? Because now you see those, you know, the spots that are like against smoking, and they're like, well, there's all these chemicals that are in rat poison. You know, they add all these different things in there. But why? You know, back then, whenever tobaccos were being grown in fields or whatever, you know, it was as a crop, right? And they were like, oh yeah, we can smoke. But I think it was just like pure tobacco, which I'm sure isn't healthy for your lungs. Anything that you breathe in there that's not supposed to be in there can cause damage. But then the big companies, you know, they add all these different things in there. And I don't know if that's like to help with the addictiveness of it, or what, you know, what exactly is it for? I don't know, but it's not a good thing. And then whenever kids get a hold of the Juuls and it's just straight nicotine, and man, they're starting out like on full blast. I don't see how that's a good thing. So anyways, we're going to have the Bay Area Alliance for Youth and Families here in studio. I actually see that they have arrived. They're going to be talking about the dangers of vaping, the dangers of juuling in youth and young adults.
What's the difference between vaping and juuling? Do you know?
I think so, yeah. So Juul, I believe, is a brand of an actual thing, and it almost looks like, do you remember like mechanical pencils?
Yes.
Do you remember what you would keep the lead in mechanical pencils?
Yes.
It had like a little thing on it. But a little bit bigger. That's what a Juul is. It's really convenient. You could just put it in your pocket, pick it up, and then you're good to go. But a vape is like a juice, and it has like a bigger, almost battery type thing. It looks like a potential audio recorder, and then it has a thing on top where you kind of suck in, and then you can blow out smoke. And I don't know if a Juul gives smoke or as much as a vape, but they have like vaping competitions. I've seen people on social media, and it looks like it's pretty entertaining to watch. Like, oh, they could do all these tricks.
But it's dangerous.
It's dangerous. Yeah, they're breathing it in, blowing it out, and they're getting a nicotine fix.
It's crazy what people will come up with. But it can be really dangerous for your teenagers. So we're going to be talking with them about if you have a kid who is doing some of that stuff, how do you prevent it? You know, last month we were the face of For a Reason. It was a campaign that the Bay Area Alliance for Youth and Families focused on, that we were proud to be the faces of for a month, where it tells people like, hey, you shouldn't be supplying alcohol to teens.
Yeah, you should be the reason. As an adult, as a parent, be the reason that your kids choose not to vape. Be the reason that your kids choose, you know, not to start consuming alcohol, you know, at an early age or even at all. You know, like, think about it. What are you really missing out on?
A lot.
Well, no, I'm saying, what are you really missing out on as far as like, if you take alcohol out of your life?
That's the question. Okay, yeah. I mean, alcohol can consume your life, that's where it all you have.
Yeah.
You know, and for a teen, they don't think of it as like just a drink. They think of it, if I drink it, it's cool. You know, if I drink it, then I'm going to fit in, or I'm going to feel this. But their bodies aren't able to handle that. You know, there have been studies that show that your brain is still developing.
Yours is?
Mine is.
Mine probably is too.
Yeah.
And I feel like Juul and vaping kind of has that same vibe, like, oh, it's cool. You know what I mean? I was talking to one of the youth in our church, right? And she was talking about moving to a new school, and this was in Clear Creek ISD. She actually came from Lamarck, and I asked, "How's it going?" She said, "Man, it's crazy." She said kids are sneaking to the bathroom to go do, you know, juuling, risking getting in trouble, suspended, so that they can get a break and go. I don't know, because it's cool, a cool factor. Maybe the kid's addicted at a young age, like seriously,
right.
And they're like, oh, I got to get to the restroom so I can do this, and risk getting kicked out of school or at least in major trouble.
Yeah, they're just it's crazy, the type of kids. I always, as a school teacher, was watching out for those things.
Right.
You know, I feel like,
were you cracking down on them or being like, hey, you need to stop because you can get into major trouble and ruin your education or go to juvie or something? I don't know.
If I was a principal of a school, the first thing that I'm doing is I would extend the passing period to 5 minutes instead of usually it's like a 4-minute passing period. I'd extend it a minute.
You're talking about in between the bells?
In between the bells.
Okay.
I'd extend it a minute.
Okay.
But then I would make it illegal, or not illegal, but against the rules.
It's a big word.
Yeah, big word.
Go and send the kids to jail? Like, what, illegal against the law?
It's against the rules.
Okay.
Teachers are not allowed to send kids to the restroom in class.
Really? That's a terrible rule.
It's not, because it prevents the kids. So what used to happen, and it was the worst thing ever.
What if it's an emergency? Did you never have an emergency? Like, hey, I have to go, or we're going to cause a scene. Like, I'm going to use the restroom on myself in the middle of this class.
I never had that.
Did you just go on yourself in the middle of class?
No, I go to the restroom when I'm in my passing period.
Okay.
But what happened was...
I have an idea. Next time that you go to the restroom, I'm going to stand out there with a clock. So we're going to give you, let's say, 2 minutes to use the restroom, because you're at least going to need another minute to go to your locker and then another minute to leave your locker to get into class. So
this is the greatest idea. Why are you trashing on my idea?
No, it's not, because I'm going to put you on the clock. So you got 2 minutes anytime you use the restroom throughout the day.
Okay.
8 hours you're at school, right?
Right.
If you use the restroom anytime today, I'm going to follow you around with my cell phone, and I'm just going to put a timer and be like, go. And then I need you to run upstairs and then come down here, like every time, okay? Sound like a good deal?
Deal.
Okay. And you think you could do it?
No.
I don't think so either.
Okay, but here's the thing. When I was a teacher, and you can sit there and say, I'm not going to let you go out of the bathroom, like go to the restroom.
Right.
But what are they doing? What are the kids doing? They're taking the restroom pass. They're not going to the restroom. They're going and running around the hallways.
Just like skipping down the hall.
They were.
Maybe
some
of them were. Maybe some of them were. But breakfast
Oh
club.
my gosh. The kids would go and hide around, and I'm like,
hey, your favorite mom on a mission, Sarah, said Kurt wore a diaper.
don't tell her what I said earlier.
And that may be a possibility for whenever Kurt's like in charge making the rules. He's like, all kids wear diapers up till 12th grade.
I run my school like a dictatorship.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, apparently.
This is my classroom.
I understand what you're saying, but yeah, it cuts down on an opportunity for kids to get in trouble, maybe go and do those things like, I'm going to go vape in the restroom.
Because there's two things you can't do. As a school administration, you can't put cameras up, so you can't catch the kids. You can't put a person in that restroom that monitors the restroom. It's just, that's the place. That's the area. So how do you prevent that? Kids don't go to the restroom. No?
I don't know.
No.
I understand where you're coming from, but I think there are a couple flaws. Maybe we'll work this out with the Bay Area Alliance for Youth and Families. They're going to be our guests at 9 o'clock. Right now, it's 8:56. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. If you're watching on Facebook, hit the share button. Share this out. Let's share some positivity. Maybe we can share some of the dangers and some of the facts and some of the statistics whenever it comes to young people, teenagers, beginning to vape and use Juul pods.
Can I talk about one thing?
I would love it if you talked about this.
I want to trash on Facebook a little bit.
Here we go.
They took rid of the share button on the mobile stream.
They got us.
They did. You can still share it on like the iPads.
Yeah, I see that.
Your thing is still there.
You know why? I bet I haven't updated my Facebook app on my iPad.
We haven't updated
Nope.
the Facebooks on those.
Yeah. So,
But on the mobile, you can no longer share from the video.
if you're watching it, so there is a way. I think if you exited out of the video and you're on KHEA Radio's Facebook page, let me scroll down and see.
You can still do it from the page.
Yeah.
But if you're just watching, you can't.
Yeah. And
That stinks.
that's convenient. It's convenient to be able to do that. So I understand.
Don't give Facebook props for
I'm
this.
giving them a pat. I'm not giving Facebook props. You know what? I will give Facebook props. Thank you, Facebook, for allowing us to do this stream.
I'm gonna take down Facebook. They're gonna watch out and they're gonna be like, that Gasper kid from KHEA Radio, he took down the company from the inside.
Yeah. I don't think that'll ever happen.
No?
Mm-mm.
As they shut down our stream right now.
Yeah, and we're done. So, hey, we're going to go ahead and take a break, and whenever we come back, we're going to have the Bay Area Alliance for Youth and Families. One thing I want to share real quick, LeaderCast is taking place Friday. We released a video earlier this week that was made possible in part by the Lamarck Economic Development Corporation. So make sure that you go like, share, comment, and let us know which speaker are you most excited to come and hear at LeaderCast Galveston County. It's taking place this Friday starting at 8 o'clock. We're giving away some tickets, and we have some discount codes that you may be interested in. I'm talking about some major savings. If you ask nicely, maybe we'll give you some of those discount codes if you're interested.
I also might have some useful information that if you comment on that video that you really, really want to go to LeaderCast, there might be a way.
Does it have to do with discount codes?
That you be able to go to the event. So if you really want to go, you need to go and comment on that video. It's on our Facebook page. Go and find LeaderCast on KHEA Radio, and we'll get you those tickets as soon as possible.
You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. We're going to be on till 11. Whenever we come back on the FM, we're going to have Bay Area Alliance for Youth and Families in studio. Coming up next is The Young Escape. Love Me Like You. Only on KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. Boom.
Man, we need to ramp
Facebook.
some more. I love it when we ramp. Like, it just
That's good.
feels good. Like, it gives me energy when we're ramping.
Is it because the music?
Yes.
I think it's just the music that kind of helps give you
Yeah,
energy.
because if it's a slow ramp, I don't really get into it. But, like, that song, I got pumped. Like, I'm ready for this 9 o'clock guest.
This help? Yeah. That has a good rhythm and a good beat. Hey, Peggy said, I just shared it from my phone. Thank you, Peggy.
How?
I wonder if she hasn't updated her Facebook app, or maybe it's just ours. Maybe because we are admins of KHEA, it doesn't allow us to.
Yesterday on Pierre's show as well.
Well, you know
when
what?
we were watching Pierre's show. Maybe we're admins of Pierre's page, and we just don't
And you don't know.
it.
I didn't
He
accept it. It was Luis. Luis snuck us in. Hey, shout out to our good friends, Texas Pit Stop Barbecue. Keeping my drink cold this morning. If you haven't been to Pit Stop, make sure you go check them out. They got a location in Lamarck. They got a location in Galveston on the Seawall. Me and my wife were in Galveston the other day, and we were driving actually to the movies in Galveston, and she was like, oh, there's the Pit Stop. That used to be McAllister's. So if you know where McAllister's was, that's where the Pit Stop is now. And they're awesome. Hello, how's it going? What's in there? There's vapes in there?
Yeah. And ways to hide them.
Okay, so because it's a big thing, I guess, with kids, or it can be. And they're pretty convenient to hide, because I was sharing with Curt how he was asking what it looks like. I was like, it looks like what you used to keep your pencil lead in. I remember, mechanical pencils, there's a little thing, and it's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
And you can just be like,
one.
Mm-hmm.
There are many different kinds. I have many different kinds.
So we have
It
some.
stinks, so I'm just warning you.
Yeah, everything in this box.
Reeks, but I'm an expert. No, I mean it like this is what we do. We go around and talk. So this is a jewel.
Yep. See, this is where I keep my pencil lead.
But
Exactly.
here, this is an e-cigarette. Right there.
Oh, I do smell it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really.
And these are e-cigarettes.
Smells like cereal.
What does this look like?
An iPad Shuffle?
Yeah.
Not an iPad Shuffle.
iPod. but
iPod
yeah.
Shuffle.
I knew what you meant.
This smells like
But it's
Fruit Loops.
actually an e-cigarette.
It's
Which
cherry
cherry crush.
flavored.
It's cherry crush flavored.
It does.
Oh, it's Cherry Crush. It smells like Fruit Loops.
And you charge it like you do your, like,
Yeah.
You put it in
Your,
your USB. Mm-hmm.
what is that, your Fitbit?
Like anything.
See,
You
here's
charge
just
it.
a plain old e-cigarette.
So there's a bunch of different options. When did these first come out? I remember seeing them over 10 years ago.
Actually, the very first patent was approved in the 20s.
For an electronic cigarette.
Yeah.
Okay.
1920s?
Mm-hmm. And then the first model actually
The
came out
2020s from the future.
in the first actual model was built in the 50s
Wow.
using that patent. Mhm. Or they applied for a patent and actually.
Yeah. Curt had mentioned the TV show Mad Men. It came out on AMC, and in watching that show, it's based on cigarettes. So
Yeah.
like in the office, and maybe this was real life back then, but you see, I don't know, but everybody's smoking inside in the airplanes. They're smoking everywhere. It was pretty common.
When I was growing up, when I was young, because I'm, I guess, a little older than y'all. No, I mean, you could smoke on an airplane. So I remember flying back from Mexico, and the whole plane was just filled with smoke.
I had a college professor that
Is that shot good?
yeah, it looks great.
Okay.
That talked about how in college classes, they had to open like the windows up just so that people could smoke in the class.
Like the students?
Yeah, the students.
Yeah.
Students would sit there smoke.
Well, we had a big cage so that in high school, so that you could go smoke outside in the cage.
Like the high school kids?
Oh yeah,
What age could you smoke whenever you're in high school?
18.
Okay, at 18. I didn't know they were like 16. Whenever I was,
But I mean, you can't even bring tobacco on a campus now.
Yeah, if you bring tobacco, it's a crime.
Yeah.
straight to jail,
No. But
no parole.
Okay, so this is an interesting situation.
Life sentence.
We had a teacher at the school that I taught at Chavez. He would sneak out and smoke in his back of his car. Like he would lift up his hood and go smoke. And I was like, dude, what are you doing?
Was a teacher?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're like, and I told the assistant, I'm like, he goes out there and smokes, right? And he goes,
Tell them.
I didn't tell. I was just talking about it.
Did you talk to the guy first? Be like,
Tattletale.
hey, dude, I'm about to tell on you so hard. You better quit doing that.
No, I didn't. But what I did was, and they're like, well, we've never caught him. We can't catch him on camera.
Kurt's like investigative
Well, and I
reporter
have to
Kurt
tell you
Casper.
that the issue is, and this is why we're doing this, because we'd all but eradicated youth tobacco use until these e-cigarettes came along. But the studies show that nicotine is as addictive as heroin. So this guy has an addiction, and he can't go that long without smoking. And that's what's happening to our kids. They're going, when they get caught, or sometimes before they get caught, they're going to the principal, they're going to the counselors, and they're saying, I have a problem. I can't stop. If I stop, then I have all these withdrawal symptoms. So, like, the superintendent of Clear Creek ISD has given a free pass. Any student who, not after they got caught, but if they identify they have a problem, they go to a counselor, they're not going to get in trouble. We're just going to provide them with resources on how to quit. That's actually a disposable e-cigarette.
So you
And
can
it's
throw it
Belgian
away?
chocolate flavored. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you use it and then 700 puffs, and then when you're done, trash it, buy another one. And how much would something like this cost?
Probably, I think that was maybe $20 or so.
$20.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. Yeah, it's affordable for a teenager.
$20 isn't a lot, but
Well,
have.
but that's
It's
why
easy.
they buy the Juuls, which is what you have over there, because it's the Juul itself. You can buy a pack, like a starter pack, somewhere around $35, $40, and then each pod is the equivalent of a pack of cigarettes, roughly. And so that's like 4 packs of cigarettes.
yeah, because a pack of
You can
cigarettes
buy
is like
about
what,
$20.
$7, $8, $9 maybe.
Depending. If you smoke the cheap ones, it's closer to $5. But yeah. Mm-hmm. And so this is, it's flavored. I mean, it's super attractive to kids because, I mean, adults, we're a little less, excited or enticed about cotton candy flavored, whatever.
Except for Bang.
You would think. I was gonna say as we drink like no, mine. It tastes like Dr Pepper. It's like a black cherry vanilla, but they make like cotton candy Bang and like all these different ones. But it shows, to me, that kind of shows that hey, there is a market for that. I mean, especially with
Millennials.
kids.
That's the market. No,
Yeah,
no,
it's-
absolutely. It's definitely targeted. I mean, their marketing is very much targeted to kids. Look at all the fruit. It's naked.
Yeah.
Candy, cream. So they've got berry belts, sour sweet, and yummy gum, brain freeze, lava flow, Hawaiian pog. These are just one example. So like here is if you just have a traditional e-cigarette, you have to have juice to put in it.
Right.
And this is one that we bought. So what does it look like to you?
Lemon twist. It looks like a little pixie
box.
stick, and a juice box.
It's a juice box with a straw in it.
Oh my gosh.
But that's actually e-cigarette juice. Wild watermelon lemonade. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I feel like it can become an expensive habit.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty quickly.
Do
And
you know
whenever,
why else it's expensive? Is because of the health impacts. It's going to cost us so much money because you have all these people who are addicted to nicotine.
Yeah.
And it's impacting their teeth, their lungs. Here's another one. This is Berry Lush. And this one, does this look familiar to you?
It looks like the ice cream, Ben and Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry's, yeah.
Yeah.
And it is. It's chocolate ice cream with gooey marshmallow and caramel swirls.
Yeah. Can we talk?
E-cigarette juice.
Can we talk a bit about kids getting money? Like, where would they even get money for this. I feel like that can cause some issues in itself if you're getting addicted at a young age.
Well, so, we work for Clear Creek IC and spend a lot of time visiting with administrators in several of our local school districts. And across the board, they say at least 50% of the kids that they are catching with e-cigarettes, actually, mom and dad bought it for them.
What?
Because you still, right now, you have to be 18 to buy tobacco in the state of Texas. So we have middle schoolers who have e-cigarettes. We have
what age is
young
middle school?
high schoolers. So you're talking 11, 12, and they're smoking e-cigarettes at school.
And I guess some of that has to be parents not realizing what it is.
I think that that's a huge part of it.
Yeah.
There's a huge misconception out there that these juices are just flavored water.
Right.
That's not true.
Do they make things like that?
Okay, so I think they may have at once. All the research. Now, I went into a smoke shop, and that's where I bought these.
Yeah.
And I didn't find any there that didn't have nicotine. But a lot of the research I've done, because none of this is regulated. So they can tell you whatever they want is in it. They don't have to tell the truth.
Right.
And so there was a study done that the vast majority had nicotine in it, even if it didn't say it had nicotine in them.
And then
Because
on
that
these,
keeps them coming back.
right, these options, I mean, there's different levels. So people will be like, oh, it has, I saw on one of these, it said like 6 or something, like, I don't know if it was right, like milligrams or 6 something, but like, so you can, if a kid is like starting to vape and Juul, they can actually start at the max nicotine level and not realize it.
Right.
Or just because, hey, I need to step it up, and then you can just keep going.
Well, and here is what's crazy. Our friends at UTMB did this study about kids who are using e-cigarettes, and they found like a large majority of them, this was just a gateway to starting harder drugs. So, I mean, I think there's the issue, is that nicotine, ultimately, you're going to need more and more, just like all things that are addictive, right? You need more to get the same effect.
Yeah.
And so when the nicotine is no longer working, then what are you going to do?
Move to something else.
Go to something else.
So what about marijuana or like THC?
So that you asked. I'm really glad that you asked. That's the other issue, is that we're having kids who have THC oil, which is not legal. It is not CBD oil. It actually has THC in it. They're going to school with it. And if you get caught with THC at a school, it's actually a state jail felony with an added penalty because it's on a drug-free zone.
And kids don't think about those things.
No, until they get caught. But, I mean, I know of a student this year who had a fantastic scholarship to a very, very premier university and then got caught with THC oil in an e-cigarette, and it's all gone.
Wow.
So what's the difference between if Gardy and I were looking at CBD oil, what's the difference between that? Because it's kind of the same, isn't it?
It is not. So CBD oil is actually, it's derived from the same plant, but it has to have less than 0.03% THC in order to be legal in the U.S. And it's not even in the U.S., it's state by state. So there are some states that haven't even legalized CBD yet. Texas has, but the rule is less than 0.03 THC, which is the psychoactive substance found in marijuana.
So the psychoactive substance that gives that high feeling?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll get the benefits from CBD or cannabis or whatever it is without getting high?
I am no expert in CBD. I don't know that there's enough data out there to show exactly what it does. But, there are people who advocate that there are other positive things that come out of that.
Here's something interesting, and this is from Joe Perez with Texas Chronicles. He said, it's the same for energy drinks, so dangerous. Talking about kids. So this Bang Energy is made by Redline. And I remember Redline said, hey, you have to be at least 18 or that's suggested to be 18, which I think is smart. But that also makes kids like, I want it, And on here, it has the same thing, not intended for individuals under the age of 18. Do you have any any thoughts, or is this along the same lines, like an issue with energy drinks?
I think it's definitely an issue. I remember one time, not long after I got here, one of the intermediate principals said that all the kids, that's what they would do. They would stop at the convenience store on their way to school to pick up energy drinks. And it is. I mean, you have kids who are having a hard enough time paying attention. You add in a stimulant like, some major caffeine or nicotine, and it just it's a recipe for more problems. Yeah.
Okay.
And, these same people used to make alcoholic energy drinks. And those were...
Four Loko.
Oh, yeah, that was one of many. And so we had kids in college who were... Because you have a stimulant and a suppressant at the same time.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, these kids, their bodies didn't know... Because you had one telling them to speed up and one telling them to slow down. And so alcoholic energy drinks were a recipe for disaster.
Whenever I was... I guess in my early 20s, there was an energy drink that they came out with, and I remember going to 646. That gas station's still there on the HEB side, and they had an energy drink called cocaine, and me and my we're like, man, that's interesting. Let's try it, And it was in a bottle. It looked different. It almost had like a burning sensation, like a cinnamon flavor. But they ended up pulling it from the shelves for, I guess you could probably guess why. But we got 24 seconds. And we're going to go on the FM right now. We'll reintroduce you guys and keep talking about everything.
Okay.
So, Curt, did you ever hear of cocaine? Do they have that in Nebraska? The energy drink?
I was like,
no, not the
actual
energy.
cocaine?
Yeah,
Which one?
no, they didn't have that energy drink.
Okay. That's good. You couldn't handle it. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Right now it is 9:15. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And we have the Bay Area Alliance for Youth and Families in studio. We're going to be talking and learning about juuling, vaping, e-cigarettes. Are they bad for you? Are they bad for kids? And we have a ton of options that have actually been laid on our studio desk. So can you all introduce yourselves and then maybe just share a little bit about what is in front of us?
Well, I'm Amanda McLaughlin, and I work for the Bay Area Alliance. We have a lot of different, juul options that have either been confiscated from students on campuses or that we have purchased at a local smoke shop. And this is
Jennifer Lobaugh with the Bay Area Alliance.
I'm glad you're hearing on mic.
I know.
Yeah.
I made
speaking.
her promise.
That's the one thing that she's going to say the whole time.
What is so interesting is that when we went to the smoke shop to sort of start our initial investigation, I brought in two officers with me, one in uniform, one in plain clothes. And they identified themselves that they were, police officers. And the man in the smoke shop, first of all, he assured us that there was nothing illegal happening there. And then he
Isn't
told
that
us,
sad that they have to start with that?
and
He
then
was
let me
sweating.
finish my story because he's sweating bullets. So, and he assures us that it's his brother's store. He just works there. And so one of the things that he admitted to the officer is that 25% of their customers are underage. So how about that for...
Just off the bat?
How did they get
yeah,
that?
well, not off the bat, but over the course of the time
As
we
soon
were
as the
there.
cops walk in, they're
Yeah.
like, nothing's going on. 25% of our customers are
But here's another thing. So
Truth serum.
when the store was large, and at the back there was like couches with a television, and there was brown stuff all over the floor in front of the couches, and it's called shake. Do you know what shake is?
No.
So when someone is making a blunt, which is a cigar filled with marijuana, they have to hollow out that cigar, and the stuff that comes out of the cigar is called shake, and it's all over the floor of this place that doesn't do anything illegal. So just gonna leave that there.
Wow.
And so I have a feeling that there are some law enforcement agencies paying a little more attention to that place these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's we don't take a stand on what adults do. Our issue is with young people starting something they don't realize is going to be so addictive and so negatively impactful to their lives.
So it's kids in high school, right?
Kids in middle school, high school, even early college. I think, we don't need one more thing that we can't live without. We just don't. Not as a society, not as a culture. I think that they're finding out there are more and more risks to the health. Based on it, you've got e-cigarettes that are exploding and people who are dying. There was a young man in Dallas. He heard, according to his grandma, that there was an e-cigarette that would help his asthma. And so he goes and he buys an e-cigarette. He can't get it to work. He goes into a smoke shop. He's like, I cannot get this to work. They couldn't help him. He goes back into his car. It explodes. There's pictures of the inside of his car. The spring inside of his e-cigarette actually nicked his carotid artery, and he died the next day. I mean, come on, over a nicotine fix.
So here's another question. This is from Texas Chronicles as well. It says, when are we going to outlaw synthetic marijuana that's sold at the corner store? Can you still get that?
No, synthetic marijuana is actually controlled now. So I think there may be some things that are labeled as such, but it is not synthetic marijuana being sold at a convenience store. It shouldn't be. Well, it is definitely illegal.
I remember for a while it was branded as, it's like potpourri, not to be smoked. But like if you looked at the branding, it's like, this is definitely intended to be smoked. But then these kids were ending up, going into like comas and like really, really terrible
crazy
things.
Stuff. Yeah. And, Jennifer and I have recently, in fact, tonight is our graduation. If we don't get flooded out, we've been part of the DEA Citizens Academy. And that was one of the things that we discussed was, what the DEA did to study those formulations of synthetic marijuana in order to make them a controlled substance so that it couldn't be sold.
Yeah. So whenever it comes to vaping, e-cigarettes, why do you think kids are starting this or like looking for this? Why are they reaching out for it?
I think A, it's cool. I think B, it gives you a certain sense of euphoria when you start. And I think the idea that you can hide it and be sneaky, I think is, we as a culture, as people, we tend to like things that are taboo, right? And so I think that is kind of what started it. But the problem is that parents, I believe, don't have the full information. So we've spent a lot of time going to talk to parents, teachers, churches, civic groups. We did a live town hall meeting for students and teachers in CCISD. I think that trying to get the information and empowering parents, because if you have as much or more information as your kid, you're more likely to be able to help them. But when the kids own all the information, then the adults become a little powerless. And that's our goal, is to empower parents by giving them the information that they need to really say, oh, wait. This is not just flavored water. This is an addictive substance, and these are the concerns that I have, and this is why I don't want you to do it.
Yeah. So we were talking earlier about vaping, but with THC, because some kids, can use that as well. I mean, some adults can too. But I guess my question is, if you have two vapes, one has THC and one doesn't, just from like doing it and with the smoke, can you smell or tell a difference?
But let me tell you. So I have show and tell, which doesn't help on the radio, but and it's leaked everywhere, which is super exciting. Okay, so this is e-cigarette juice. And this is how kids have learned or figured out to refill one of those Juul pods.
Can you hold that up to the camera right in front of you there?
Right there? Okay.
Yes, it'd be
So see how liquidy it is?
Yeah.
If it was thicker, looked a little more like honey, then you would know that it was THC oil.
Okay.
So it's a little different. So one of the things that we've learned, is there a napkin anywhere? No.
Yeah, I got paper towels.
You're my hero now. Because this stuff is so gross and it leaks everywhere no matter what we do. So what we've learned is one of the issues they're having in Colorado, because there's more money to be made in THC oil because you can make it a higher potency and then people pay more. So they're finding THC. Okay, so like say the 70s marijuana was about 3 to 5% THC. Now you can find THC that's anywhere from 20 to 40, sometimes 50% THC. But there's THC oil that is up to 90% THC.
Whenever it started out as what again?
3 to 5%.
3 to 5%, and now you can get the oil that's it's about 90.
And so what they do is they pressurize the marijuana leaves to bring out that oil. But the process has similar qualities as people who are making meth. And what happened to a lot of meth labs?
They blow?
They blow. It's the same thing happening with these people trying to make the THC oil. There's a man, they actually interviewed him, but he like set himself on fire. These are all chemicals that we're using to take natural substances and make them into unnatural properties.
So heroin is a big issue in the state of Vermont. Actually, the town I lived in when I was in Vermont, they deemed by the New York Times to be the heroin capital of the United States. And they actually had the firefighters had bought a drone. This is 3 years ago or so. To fly up over the houses when there's a fire, look out over the back before they ever entered the house. So here's a fire that's happening. Now they have to take an extra step, get the drone up in the air, fly over the house, look to see, because if there's a meth lab in the back of the house, if they're cooking drugs and stuff in the back of the house.
So you're talking about meth, not heroin.
Both.
Okay.
So because of the heroin issue, meth is also really high. And so that's one of the things that they had to do is go back there and check, because if those things explode, because it's fire, everyone in that house is going to, and they're not going to send firefighters in there if there's meth in the back.
Well, and they're contaminants and things with meth. And meth is still probably one of our biggest issues, especially in Galveston County. But I think all of these things are coming. I think that it's really, again, it's a tragedy if kids don't understand the significance of their actions. So if you get caught with nicotine, like in CCISD, most likely you're going to get ISS. Maybe, like I know FISD, the police officers there will actually have you go to municipal court. Maybe you're assigned a tobacco education class, something like that. But the minute that they bring THC oil on that campus and they get caught, you're talking immediate interaction with your juvenile justice folks. And it changes. I mean, you have all these goals and dreams, and all of a sudden you brought an e-cigarette with some THC oil because you thought it'd be cool, and bam, it's gone.
And that stays on your record, right?
All of that is technicality. I mean, it depends on what your sentencing guidelines are, and if you complete whatever they set forth. I think sometimes juvie records can be sealed. So, yeah.
So what do we need to do to, I guess, make sure that we can inform the kids? I don't know.
Well, I think informing kids know. I think it's about informing adults. I think, it's like the Be the Reason campaign. Your kids are listening to you. And so we need parents to speak louder than the media. Do you know we're the Juul company, by the way, money is fun is the root of all of this. The Juul company is just a company that sells e-cigarettes. They are worth between $15 and $16 billion. And that happened within about 10 years. Do you know where they first advertised their product? Instagram. Who's on Instagram?
Yeah, there's a very specific age on there.
Absolutely. And so I think that's the whole thing. We have to, as parents, as advocates, as community members, we have to be louder than the ones making the money. And if we're not louder, if we're not sharing our opinions, then I think that we're doing a great disservice. So my goal really is to educate parents. And I brought a couple of other things. I don't know if y'all care for me to share, but
sure.
We're talking about hiding, right? So this is just a scarf, like an infinity scarf, only it has a nice little zipper in here. So I can stuff my e-cigarette in there, or my pods, or anything else. I could even put this in there. So this is
sunblock.
Sunblock. It's not sunblock. It's a flask.
You can fill it up with whatever you want.
Fill it up with whatever you want. So I can now fit my flask in my scarf.
Where do you? Maybe I'm not even asked, but I guess you can find anything on the internet. But I'm just wondering, who sells this stuff?
You can find it at smoke shops. You can find it. You name it.
Right.
So here is another. This is a show
on
and
the side. It's to sneak alcohol anywhere.
I know.
Just straight up branding. Yeah.
It's crazy. So we show this a lot to parents. So this is a Coke Zero bottle. You can see the.
Yeah.
But it's actually secret storage.
Oh wow! Is that like homemade? Like somebody made that?
No, we bought it at a
so you bought
shop.
it like that?
We bought it at a smoke shop, and they have all kinds.
Can I see that?
Yeah.
Kurt's going to drink it.
Here, will you take it to him?
Wow.
Can you drink it?
No.
What
It'll
is it?
open though. It's Coke.
It's probably...
So if you don't like Coke Zero, then maybe you like Dr. Pepper.
Oh, yeah. Everybody likes Dr.
Like
Pepper.
Dr. Pepper?
Mm-hmm.
Only,
Does it feel
again,
full or feel like half
it
full
does.
empty?
It feels full. Oh, sorry. It's sealed for my protection. Actually, someone just basically put a pill bottle inside.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So,
And they sell these items readily.
Amazon, smoke shops, Spencer's, I think. I have this. I don't know if y'all will be upset, so I won't share that yet. So what if you got a birthday gift from a good friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you put this up in your room, and it's so nice to look at, and you think, love with your whole heart. It's so sweet.
That's what it says in the book.
But it's safe.
Yeah.
And so there you can have all of your stuff.
Those are actually kind of cool. I remember being a kid and like the book. I don't know what I would have kept in there. I never had one, but I always kind of wanted one. Like,
but I think, the thing is that I have parents ask me all the time, but can I search my kid's room? Yes, you can.
mm-hmm.
If they live under your roof, you have the right to do anything that you deem necessary to keep them safe.
Can I reach across? There you go.
So this is from Tracy. She is one of the owners of Cupcake KHEA. She said, "Good morning, guys. You're sparking an interesting debate in the bakery this morning. I'm interested to know what the debate is." I'm guessing it's about vaping and juuling because there's a different, age of people arranged that work there as well. So
Yeah, I've heard before, and maybe you can talk on this a little bit, Amanda, that the reason why vaping and everything else is on the uprise is because the marketing campaigns have always said this is safer than cigarettes. This is safer. Like, you're not gonna get sick.
Okay, but
And
here's my question. Were teenagers going to smoke regular cigarettes? No, because the actual use of combustible cigarettes is on the decline.
Yeah, because there's a campaign against it, and people have seen. I was talking to Gardy about the cotton swabs, those videos where you see like they smoke into the cotton swabs, and they're like, "This is what your lungs look like." I had a friend. He actually does vape, and one of the things he would say was like, somebody said, "Well, you could get cotton, not popcorn lungs." He goes, "Oh, that's just like the cigarette company telling you that, so that way you smoke it."
It's real. So popcorn lung actually started in a popcorn factory. So all of these workers kept getting sick, and it was infections in their bronchioles, so in those tiny air sacs in their lungs. And ultimately, they realized that they all had it, and they tried to figure out what was causing it. And it was diacetyl. It's a flavoring ingredient that was used in microwave popcorn. Well, of course, they took it out of microwave popcorn. Where do you find it now? In e-cigarette juice. And so we just moved it from one place to another. But, I think, again, we're not talking about adults who are trying to quit smoking and they're using this as a tool. We're talking about kids who this is their first substance to try is nicotine through e-cigarettes. And I think we're going to have a whole new generation of nicotine addicts. I don't know many people who smoke cigarettes who think, oh boy, if I had to do it all over again, I would do it again.
Yeah, and I think we also don't know the super long-term effects of, 50, 60 yeyears from now, whenever these kids are 15 years old or 75, like what's going to happen.
We're already seeing impacts. Like the U.S. industry just put out this thing about it's the glycerin in the e-cigarette juice. It's softening enamel, and so they're seeing an increase of cavities and things with e-cigarette users. I mean, the pictures are gross. Like, ugh.
Well, we've learned a lot this morning so far. Where can people go? Parents, adults, anybody who wants to learn more, so that way they can find what to look for, what options there are, so they can be as informed as the kids, the young people, so that way they can be like, hey, I know what's going on. Let's talk.
Well, you can reach out to us. We're the Bay Area Alliance. Our website is ccisd.net/alliance. There's information about how to reach us. We have information we can send you. We also do presentations. So we bring all of our show and tell. We have even more than this. And we kind of talk about, what it is, what it looks like, why it's so impactful for our young people, what we can do about it. And then a lot of what we talk about, like Curt said, is the marketing, is what messages are our kids seeing that maybe we don't realize.
So, Amanda, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks.
Today, Jennifer, you're awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to share while you're here right now?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
She said something else.
I love it. So make sure you go check out Bay Area Alliance for Youth and Families. If you're looking for something to support where you can impact the future, this is a great opportunity for you to do that. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. Coming up next is Bethel, Stand in Your Love.
This may be the best comment ever.
Uh-oh.
They said, this is from the firefighter games on 6th Street. They said, would you say a healthy alternative to e-cigarettes is running a 5K?
Yes, absolutely. We would. Okay, can I tell y'all? Like, I didn't show them, but we have boxer briefs that actually have a storage component.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So they can hide stuff in there.
They're actually made to hide things.
Oh,
the
man.
pocket is that way.
Wow.
Can you show the camera there? I'll bring it up here.
Isn't that crazy?
So those are boxers.
There's the pocket.
That extra little pocket, and you can.
Yeah.
Whenever they pat, like I go to a game, Astros, Rockets, they pat you down, and it's just they don't go that
Right.
until, but it makes sense. Like if you're trying to hide something, they'd be able.
But
And they're
I
not
mean, I
looking for
think-
drugs at that point, but they're looking for anything else. I think.
But when it comes to our kids, our goal is to be, or our job as adults is to be one step ahead.
Right.
So,
One of the things that I'm really kind of taken aback by this is the kids are doing this with drugs and alcohol or whatever. For me, it was the test scores. Like, can we just go back to hiding test scores? Right?
What do you mean
like
hiding test scores?
not test scores, test answers.
Answers.
Oh, like cheating?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God,
Can we
get on
just
this.
go back to that? I mean, that was so much easier. What a simpler time when we were just hiding answers to the
In
test.
the good old days.
People are probably still doing that too.
well, and I
Who-
have to tell y'all, we're working on something super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we'll be ready by the summer. But we'll have a whole setup that's a teenager's bedroom that shows all of the potential places that
Where to
your
look.
young person.
We could set up a mock
Hiding
room
stuff.
behind you.
I'm looking under the mattress.
We'll do it. I mean,
Classic.
we have a mattress and all of that, and then we have some of the things I showed you, plus some other tricks that you might find fascinating.
Wow.
I think there are a lot of parents who don't understand what 420 is, and so it starts that conversation. But we're talking everything from taking stuff out of medicine cabinets to e-cigarettes.
Yeah.
it's we got to try to keep kids safe. So
Yeah.
So the next time you're on to talk about this stuff is June 13th at
Yes.
9 o'clock.
Yep.
Really fast before you leave, there's an event taking place on the 23rd. Is that correct? Your
oh
annual-
yes, May 23rd, our annual meeting, 11:30 to 1 at Webster Civic Center.
And we will be there.
It's awesome. Thank you.
Civics.
We're gonna see some great kids graduating, and it's gonna be a great day.
I'm putting it in our. It's at the Webster.
Yep.
Yes.
Same place, same time.
You know, when we were going,
I had fun at the last one.
I did too.
Oh,
when
then
we were
we'll have
going,
fun at the next
Oh,
one.
yeah.
I typed in like Civic Center because I was like, oh, there's only one Civic Center, right?
Did you go to
I told him no. I was like, Kurt.
There's
I said, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Oh yeah, it's the Civic Center," and like the address. So we get there, and I'm like, "Kurt, what's the address?" And so he finally,
We all
told me,
walked
Go to
"Yeah,
League
we're
City.
over there in League City," and I was like, "Dude." So he was like,
We're
"Oh
all
well, I
Civic
thought it
Center.
was it. I thought this was it."
I should have drawn him a map.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, but now we know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks, guys, for having
We're good.
us.
It
Thank
was
you.
awesome.
Y'all are
Thank
awesome.
you.
All right.
Hey, Facebook, feel free to share this video out. We're going to be talking to Blake Hawkins, Freedom Hawk. We're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff here in a bit, and then we're going to be talking about Moms on a Mission, MOM, and a fashion show that is coming up very soon. So make sure that you stay tuned. If you have any questions, feel free to let us know. If you want to reach out to the Bay Area Alliance for Youth and Families, let us know. We'll make sure that you can get in contact with them. They have monthly meetings. There's actually something where you can pay pay to be involved in the organization that you want to support it. And let us know, first of all, what you have going on today. How do you feel about vaping and juuling? Do you feel like you're informed? Do you have kids that do it, or do you have kids that are like interested in it? Maybe you didn't even know this was an issue at all. So these are all things that are going on right now. I think the interesting thing for me is that, and maybe this isn't why it was created, but like who decided to create the e-cigarette? Was it originally like designed to be a way to get somebody off of normal cigarettes? Was it just like a big money thing? And well, she mentioned, I think the Juul company in about 10 years is worth, did she say $15 billion, I think is what she said. So it seems like there's some money to be made there. And I know like she was talking about Colorado and all those places, and they can do like 90% THC. Whenever back in the 60s and 70s, it was like 3 to 5%. So there's some really dangerous things going on there. I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. We just want to spread some awareness. We don't need our youth and our next generation, these kids, to be starting out with an addiction before they even have an opportunity to finish high school, before they have an opportunity to get into like the workforce or go to college. These are all things that we just need to inform adults, parents, and even youth about the long-term effects. So, what's up?
What up, man?
How's it going?
Man,
y'all doing good?
Good, yeah.
Good.
Got my bang. I'm ready to go.
Woo!
Yeah.
He didn't even bring me one.
He said he didn't even bring me. What are you drinking?
Matcha green tea.
Okay, green tea.
Coffee.
Yeah. Green tea don't do nothing for me, man.
It's an energy
That's
thing too, right?
Too much for me.
Well,
yeah, this is really good.
So you got that double. You got the.
yeah. So I drink as much as this, and then if I want something warm, I drink the coffee, and then you kind of go back.
Yeah. No, I love it, dude.
I like
love it, bro.
the coffee
that's a great-
versus Bang
It's a great strategy.
because of, you get the cooling of the mouth and then you warm it back up.
You know what I don't like? The Bang that is coffee flavored.
Oh, no.
Have you had
I
that?
haven't even
Yes.
tried it. I won't try it.
Save
either.
yourself.
Yeah.
Just don't do it because it's not
Fake.
carbonated. And I wish it was. I was like, oh, that's what I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh, Bang, carbon, like a little bit of carbonation in coffee is like, it's interesting. But there was zero carbonation, and it was just like like the Frappuccino in a bottle, which is it's fine if people people like those. So that's all.
Yeah. I stick with the tried and true, man. It works for me. I keep it, but I can't do the green tea. I fall asleep and drink it.
Yeah.
It doesn't do nothing.
Dude, is the beard new?
Dude, it's new, man. Yeah, I just put it on last night. yeah.
No, yeah, it looks good.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
That's a good beard, Kurt. How come you can't grow a beard like that?
Come on, man.
I do have a beard like
Yeah,
that.
Not like that.
Beard, man.
No, his is better. Better mustache, better beard. Kurt's about to get upset.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm about ready to lose it.
So what's been going on?
Man, just staying busy, man. Doing real estate, a bunch of deals lately. Been very, very busy. Yeah, man. I mean, just staying busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just staying busy.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. Because obviously we're friends on social media.
Yeah.
So I see all the things you post. I even saw, I think it was yesterday, said, hey, I got some, it was like lots.
3 lots.
3 lots that are
Yeah.
for sale. What's going on with those?
So that's actually, it was a referral sent over to me. So I actually talked with the owner of those lots in October.
So is there houses on there or just like lots?
Well, on 2 of them there are houses, but there's gonna be a tear down.
Okay.
So they're gonna tear those down. So they're selling just for lot value. But talked to the seller or talked to the homeowner or the owner of the lots in October. He wasn't interested. Anyways, I guess another person I know talked to him recently. They locked up on their contract, and she needs help selling the property. So they reached out to me, and I'm just starting to market it and see if I can get it moved for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And then how have you been?
Good.
You've been busy too, huh?
Yes.
So
very.
Can you share the name of your business because you are a broker, a real estate broker?
Yes, White Glove Realty, and we also launched White Glove Design. So I've been working on a lot of projects. Actually, with Blake, we're doing some flip projects and stuff like that. And so our focus is to help our clients, do some tweaks to their home that's going to give them the biggest return on their investment.
Okay, so is that before they buy or like after or just whenever?
Both.
Either.
Whenever.
Yeah.
Investors, sometimes they don't know what to pick. They just want to they don't even want to deal with it. They just want to, they're like, here, you make it look good, so I'm going to get the best return on my investment.
Yeah.
You
because,
know?
yeah,
And then.
yeah, if there's a budget, we got 10 seconds, we're going to go on, but if there's a budget, you can be like, well, this is necessary.
Yeah.
This could help boost, the value this month. So here we go. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And we have some guests in studio. We're going to be talking about real estate, talking about investing. We're going to be talking about wherever this conversation goes.
Yeah,
maybe
wherever
even
it goes.
drinks, energy drinks. So how's it going? How are y'all doing today?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Glad to be here.
I'm glad y'all are here. We met not too long ago at Starbucks.
Yes.
At 646.
Yep.
And just kind of, catch up on some stuff. And it was a good time.
It was awesome time, man. Yeah.
So-
a lot of good stuff. A lot of good brainstorming. You know what I mean? It's good stuff, man.
Yeah, because you stay busy. You wrote a book, and I think you're working on another one, and there's stuff going on there. What's going on with that?
It's fitness plans, fitness programs, broken up into 8-week segments. It's it's a past passion of mine, so I continue to do it. And I'm actually on the second program right now, doing it myself, and it's good for me, man. It keeps me productive in my daily life and keeps me focused on my business and stuff. So it's meant for the busy everyday, business person, salesperson, entrepreneur that stays busy and still wants to get their workout in.
He inspired me to write a book as well.
Awesome, man.
I'm almost done with it.
Okay.
It's a food plan
Okay.
of how you can only eat cookie dough.
Dude, that's
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
dude, that's a good plan, man.
Right?
I want to be on it. Yes.
No.
If some people are looking to gain weight, and that is a thing. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
hey, he's
Weight
like,
Just eat cookie dough.
if you
Yeah.
follow the Kurt Casper diet, for
Tacos,
9
cookie dough.
weeks.
Dude, there's people out there, man. They need it. Come on, there's a market for it.
I just wanted to say something because of the working out.
Yeah.
I'm over here sweating.
Well, hey,
like
I've seen you guys going to the gym. Y'all check into the.
World Gym. It's once a week.
Okay, yeah, but it's still
Like
52
3
times a year
weeks-
though. That's 52 times a year, man. That's good.
Like 3 weeks ago. It was once a week, like
Yeah.
3 weeks ago.
once a week, every 3 weeks,
yeah.
going to the gym. Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome.
But it's tough. It's tough to start a new routine in anything.
Yeah, it can be for sure.
Yeah. How if somebody's looking to start a fitness journey, how do they even go about doing that?
Well, you get my program. Number one, and then number two, you just build momentum, man. It's just momentum. Look, in the beginning, it's gonna feel like you're going uphill, and then once you get it going, like you guys, you're on the radio every single day. I'm sure the first 2 or 3 days it felt a little unnatural because you're it's new. And then once you do it, it just becomes second nature. And once you get momentum just compounds, and it's easy after that.
Yeah. I saw a memory someone shared yesterday. It was my buddy Aaron Silva's wife, and she came on. She does some real estate stuff. She's out of Alvin. And she shared a video, and it was like a memory, right? So it was like, hey, I can't believe it's already been a year. She was a guest on our show, but just going back and watching a little bit of the show, you can see how things have evolved with the way it looks in here, the way our product on the FM and even over the Facebook stream is different.
I do have to say, speaking of our Facebook page, Tracy said, send those people my way, LOL, talking about eating healthy, eating right.
On the cupcake plan.
Well, if you're talking about the cupcake plan,
Go to Cupcake
I love
Cache.
cupcakes, man.
they do have keto cupcakes
Okay.
as well. So maybe those people can go to get the keto, who are on your plan, and then
friendly.
the other ones can come from my plan.
Yeah.
And then helping out the whole store.
It's a nice balance. I like it. It's good. It's good stuff.
Whenever it comes to design, if somebody is looking to maybe sell their home, if they're looking to invest in real estate, what are some of those things that you're kind of pushing them towards that are easy to do and will also boost the value of that investment they have?
Well, okay. So a lot of times families will choose things that are very personal and specific. But when it goes to sell their home later, when they go to sell it, it may not be perfect for everyone else. So what we do is we help them choose things that are going to work for them, get them what they want, and then also bring them a great return on their investment.
There's that house, and Kurt, you shared this from KHEA's Facebook. I think it's somewhere in the Houston area, and it's still for sale, but you walk in that house, and it looks like a circus. Have you seen that?
I have.
It's
I
like
haven't
seen
seen
it.
I haven't seen it.
random.
Yes.
It's the most random house. It looks like a fun house.
Very particular.
Yeah, and
Taste.
it's still on the market.
Wow.
Go figure. They're gonna have to maybe make some adjustments to the pricing because if somebody wants to live, they're gonna have to redo
Unless
everything.
there's one other person that loves it, it's just going to sit there.
I told Kurt
Very
I would
unique.
before I was married, I wouldn't have had an issue living there. Like I'd have been like, hey, like me and like 4 friends, like let's live there because we don't care.
Right.
But that's me and 4 friends. But
Yeah.
like with the family, or hey, I'm gonna spend $220,000 on a house or whatever it is,
Yeah.
that's not the one I'm getting.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
I think like even like a fresh coat of paint. Like if you're selling, what
Yeah.
are minimal things you need to do?
Okay, minimal, I would say a fresh coat of paint that has neutral colors. And right now the trends are going to creams and moving away from the gray. Everybody went to the gray.
Mm-hmm.
And then before that was really beige colors,
Yeah.
and then it kind of went pastel. And so now it's more like whites and creams and brights, So
And those
it
appeal
can't
to a
go
big
wrong.
audience.
I've seen a lot of like light blues now.
Pastels.
It's really kind of cool to see a light blue house. It literally sticks out
Oh, on
I
the
have
outside?
a home that has.
on the outside. Yeah, on the outside it's a light blue. It just pops.
Yeah. Coastal colors. I love coastal looks, but designers always have their own personal taste too, but we're realtors and we know what the market wants.
Okay.
So that's why we decided to launch this design company, because we see so many people spend a lot of money fixing their home up, and it's not going to bring them the best return on their investment, unfortunately, and so we want to try to help our clients, update their home, put some really nice things into it, but then be able to make a great return on their investment.
So there was already White Glove Realty, and now it's White Glove Design. And is it mainly like those realtors who have already worked with you before that are a part of that, or is it some new people,
mainly
or just you?
It's me and my sister.
Okay.
Yeah, we're the main designers right now, but we are going to be opening a storefront in Clear Lake, and we're going to have a showroom with tubs and really cool custom fixtures and the stuff you can't find at Home Depot and Lowe's.
Do you live in the Clear Lake area?
Yes.
Okay, and Blake, you don't necessarily live in this area, do you?
No, I live in uptown area in Houston, but I'm always down.
Why don't
here.
we get White Glove to find you a spot
Yeah.
down here and move you down here so you can be hanging out with us all the time?
Yeah, I know, man. I know.
There's some great houses in Delaney Cove.
It's right across the street. Think
Yeah.
about the possibilities.
Yeah, I know.
You just need to find a deal.
I need to find a deal. That's right. Yeah, that's what I need to do. That's
I'll
what I need.
help.
Okay.
Well, you build the house and you renovate it, and then you just give it to me.
Okay, cool.
It doesn't
Good
work that
plan,
way.
man. Yeah.
Wow.
It's great for me.
Yeah, it is good for you. That's for sure.
We do need to
good deal.
find you a home still.
Yes.
He's looking kind of, and then like off and on.
Yeah,
I
I just come
believe-
and go. I'm not financially ready yet. I'm just looking what's out there. What is available?
Watching
What's
the
the price
market.
What's the price range that I could get? I really want to get in that. I found just by because I get emails from you all the time.
Yeah.
Just like I think I need to get closer to the 175.
I thought you were going to say $1 million house. Whenever I can afford that.
175 is a good location, good price range, but I'm not there. I'm far from that yet.
Okay.
You'll be there.
I will.
Yep.
You're getting
What can he do to get there? Like, what are some tips?
Well, actually, you know what? We just had a lender come into our office and do a meeting, and they have some amazing down payment assistance programs now. And now the interest rates are historically staying low. They went up last year and they lowered this year again. So it's the very best time to buy. And I saw, I don't know what it is. I'll try to share it on my page, but it was showing the price of the home. Actually, I already did. It's a video. I just shared it on my White Glove Realty Texas page. It's a video, and it shows the value of the homes in 1990, 2000, 2010, 2019, and then it shows the same price home and then all the different interest rates and how it fluctuates your monthly payment.
Wow.
And it ranges from $2,500 a month, $2,600 a month, all the way down to $1,800 for the same price house. So 3-4% interest rates, you're never going to be able to get a better monthly payment.
Wow.
So if you can get into a home, you should try, now.
Yeah. Blake, you do something that's pretty interesting. So you find homes that aren't for sale,
Yes.
and you say, "Hey, is this for sale?"
Yes.
Can you walk me through how that works?
Well, it's a fun process. So for me, what my job is to find off-market deals. Okay, these deals are deals. They haven't been found yet, and so a lot of times what I'm doing is I'm marketing to stressful situations, pre-foreclosures, tax delinquents, probate situations, things like that. And the reason why I market to these vacant properties is because there's motivation for these people to liquidate their property and get out. There's stress there. They need to solve a problem. My job is to solve a problem. So for me, I will market directly to these homeowners, and if it makes sense for both parties, then what I'm allowing them to do is to be able to liquidate their property fast without having to go through a long, tedious process of fixing their house up if they don't have the money and selling it for retail. So, that's pretty much what I do, man. I mean, my job is to find an off-market deal. If the deal looks good for myself, then I can actually flip the property myself. If it's not a good situation for me, or if I just don't have the time to do it, then I can flip that property to another investor and let them rehab the property, have it as a rental, or they'll flip it and sell it on the market.
I'm sorry, I got a little distracted because our computer just restarted, but I think as long as the audio goes through the board, like the Facebook stream should still be going. Is it still picking up audio?
Yeah, it's fine.
That's good. Okay. Well,
You know, we just have 10 every time I show up. Man, we just have issues, man.
Our energy takes
Yeah,
over.
it's that bang energy, man.
Do you
It's
remember
just like,
that show where we couldn't even get Facebook to work?
well,
Dude.
was that the
Was
day
it-
Facebook went down or no? Oh no, our sling went coconuts, and we had to like.
Coconut sling.
It was nuts, yeah. And our sling needed some updates, some relaunches. And Scott, who's out there like solving
He's always
the issues
working,
of the world,
man. He's at it.
he works very hard.
Yeah.
If I could only get Curt to work half as hard as Scott, I
Yeah.
can't even imagine the
I
possibility.
probably do
Yeah.
at least a quarter of it.
Okay.
I'm happy.
Every
you
3
gotta-
weeks. Every 3 weeks.
Every 3 weeks. Once every 3 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Hey, whenever your computer ever restarts, do y'all report the problem?
Yes.
I don't ever report
I don't either.
problems.
And I was gonna say this guy's he's
'Cause
like,
no,
yes,
'cause
I'm
no one
title
listens.
telling.
No
Yeah.
one listens, man.
Windows, Mac, it's like,
Come
yes, this is an issue. Yes, I want to. If you could like put some information in there, I don't ever report the problem either, because yeah, nobody cares. What if they really did, and they're like, oh,
I
we're
know.
so sorry.
This whole time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wanted to hear your issues.
They probably don't even look at them.
Yeah,
I don't think they do.
don't.
I do it all the time.
It just makes you feel good. Yeah.
So right now it's 9:54. We're talking about some real estate, talking about some deals. Maybe you have a house you're trying to sell, or you have something that's been a burden.
I
Yep.
do want to say before we jump back over on this conversation, if you're watching right now on our Facebook page, you have a chance to win some free entry into the fun run for the Texas City Firefighter Games that's taking place the 18th and the 19th. That's next Friday and I did that wrong. Next Friday and Saturday. It's the 17th and 18th. That's right. So if you want a chance to win those entries into it, go ahead and drop a like, share, and comment, and we'll get you that passes in.
So we're kind of I guess not weirded out, but whenever it comes to things that are labeled like fun, run, because
Yeah.
I don't know what some people consider fun, but it's not always the funnest thing, but some people like that.
Dude, here's the thing, man. I love fitness.
Yeah.
I hate those things. I really do. Dude, I don't do warrior runs or fun runs or dirty mud challenges. I don't do any of that, dude.
You know,
You know what I
that
mean?
statement that you just made is very similar to Pastor Joshua Rudolph. He does the same thing. He goes, I love praying, I love praying, I love praying. I'm not waking up at 6 a.m. to pray.
Dude, yeah. I mean, come on, man. Yeah.
You know,
just-
it's kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I love working out, I love going to the gym, but I'm not going to go and wake up at 6
I ain't
a.m.
gonna
and go
do
for
it,
a
man.
run.
I ain't doing it.
Yeah, but some people do because they want like the medal or the accomplishment, or if there's a good cause behind it,
No,
then it's like,
for
okay,
sure.
I can get behind that. And so this is benefiting the United Way. It's next weekend, Texas City Firefighter Games on 6th Street over there in Texas City, and they've done a lot of revamping to everything in the businesses and all that. So
Okay,
it's
cool.
pretty cool.
That's
So
awesome, man.
Awesome.
we're going to be giving away those tickets. So maybe you guys will win, and y'all are going to be forced to run, have some fun.
Have some
You
fun
will
as
have
you
some
run.
fun,
Yeah.
Ron. You will.
Run
Yeah.
and we have fun.
And we will gift them to our clients.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, y'all have a podcast. Is that
Yes.
still going strong?
Dude, it's going strong. We do it every single week. We're recording tonight. Real Estate Power Talk. You know, it's a learning process for us, but man, we're really enjoying.
We're having a lot of fun.
We're really enjoying it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Whenever y'all start a show, is it laid out, or do you kind of flow with wherever it goes?
We wing
Man,
it, man.
it's a lot of winging it. Sometimes it's good.
We have a
sometimes it's not
topic.
good.
And
Yeah.
that's all.
There's like
Yeah.
a topic, and then it's.
And then we just
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Could y'all give us a teaser? What's the topic for tonight, or do y'all have
We
it
don't
yet?
We
even
don't know.
know.
We don't know. Seriously, we don't know. We'll know probably 30 minutes before we do it.
Last week we did one on salesmanship.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was really good. And then before that we did one on prospecting, and we kind of it was more just covering all the different ideas.
Yeah.
of prospecting, and it kind of goes with anyone in sales, I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
So prospecting, finding
But we
potential
might-
Yeah.
buyers.
Yeah.
just anything that you're selling, any
Yeah. Is okay for you? Is anything can anything be for sale, like bought or sold? Like
Yes.
what's your opinion? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. I called the guy yesterday. He's in Pearland. He has a property. It's vacant. And him and his wife are in the process of basically going through the city to let it be where they can use it for commercial. They have a small business. And so I call him, and, I'm like, hey, my name is Blake. Are you interested in the property? He's like, well, I never really thought about it. But me and my wife, blah, blah, blah. He tells me the whole story. I think we might be interested in selling it. If the price makes sense for us.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm gonna call him back today. So that's a scenario where they weren't even really thinking about it until it's presented to them, and they're like, you know what, maybe we should just sell this instead of dumping all this money into it.
Right.
It's just a burden.
It gets the wheels turning.
Yeah, it gets the wheels turning, man. And look, a house is an asset, but it ain't an asset until you got money. Right? I mean, it's just sitting there. It's like money in the bank, right?
Yeah.
Until you cash it in.
Well, you mentioned approaching some people last year, and they said, oh, maybe not.
Right.
And then now it's like, hey, it's for sale. And so
Exactly.
you kind of plant that seed and maybe check up on people, and
Right.
you never know.
Right. And my thing is, man, I don't want to talk to people that don't want to do that. So my job is to find those people. So, if anybody's out and you see a vacant property, abandoned property, or if you know someone that's going through a stressful situation and they need to liquidate, send them my way. I can help them. But I'm not in the business to try to influence somebody to sell their property if they don't want to do that.
Right.
I'm basically I'm trying to meet people where they have a need, and I'm providing a solution for them.
I actually talked to one of his clients, and they were just so thankful and blessed to have met him, because he does help people get out of really bad situations sometimes.
Yeah.
And they're facing foreclosure.
Right.
And he's able to swoop in and save the day. And these people are just so thankful and
Yeah.
blessed.
Because if
And
something
I
gets
think-
foreclosed, like what's that look like?
Big hit.
mean, you have a hit on your credit. You can't buy anything
Big
for
hit.
4 years. And I mean, it's hard to live in this day and age without credit.
Yeah.
Good credit.
Yeah, you don't want to go through that process.
Yeah.
It's a big ding to your credit. It's like the atomic bomb to your credit.
And then you
know?
don't even get, like, you owed money, and then they take it from you,
Yep.
and they sell it for probably a fraction or
Well,
what
once
it
the bank
is.
takes ownership of it, I mean, not a lot happens.
Well,
I mean,
yeah. I mean, they have to tack on attorney's fees and late fees and penalty fees. And so by the time they go to sell it, it's way more than what you could have gotten it as a short sale or from a wholesaler.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why a lot of investors like to buy from wholesalers.
Can you all share a little bit about prospecting? And who can that help? Like if you're in real estate, or even like our friends Cupcake Cache who are watching, like whenever it comes to marketing, should they be prospecting, like how they get the word out?
So prospecting to me is being intentional about sharing your message about whatever product or service you have.
Mm-hmm.
So that means everywhere you go, you have to bring it up.
Yeah.
And so on our podcast, we shared a couple of stories, and there was a story where I was in the tire shop getting my tires changed. And of course, I start talking to my neighbor about houses and real estate and where do you live. And by the time we get done, I have an appointment with him to come give him a value estimate of his home. And a lady was in the room. It's a very small room. Everybody's listening to you. She's like, can I have one of your cards too? So don't be afraid to talk about what you do wherever you are, especially when you're in annoying situations.
Yeah.
Because it will bring awareness to your brand or your business or your service.
And what does prospecting mean exactly to you?
Well, to me, it's organic. It's just embodying your business or your brand or whatever you do. And so wherever you go, you just kind of basically just piggyback on what she said. You just talk about it, right? I mean, I had the last deal that actually the past 2 deals, I've closed on a deal Tuesday, closed on a deal Friday. The deal from Friday came from someone on Instagram. They saw a video of mine. They shot me a message. Hey, this is what's going on with this person. Anyways, we it turned into a transaction, helped both parties. The other property was a bird dog referral. So that's basically someone that's driving around. They see a vacant property, and they say, "Hey, Blake, this property is abandoned," and we end up making a deal, with the homeowner. So, it's just prospecting is just always embodying your business and always letting people know what you do. And organically, you will get business that way.
All right. So right now it's 10:01. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. Okay, prospecting. It's pretty cool.
Bird dogging.
Well,
Bird
bird dogging
dogs.
is cool too, but it sounds cooler. But I feel like prospecting is interesting because sometimes I'll be out somewhere with Curt at a place, and I feel like this dude will be prospecting hard, almost to the point where I'm like, dude, be quiet.
Okay.
Or like you walk in, and maybe it's a good thing,
Yeah.
at times. But like if it's the right time, you walk into a place and he's like, man, it'd be really cool to have radio station and all
Yeah.
this stuff, and then everybody's like, what's that guy talk about? So
Yeah.
people will look over, and And that's, a way to promote the radio
It's
station.
awesome, man. Yeah.
That's good.
But sometimes it's also embarrassing. I'm like, Kurt, we're in the middle of a courtroom.
Wait,
Or
so-
like, we're at the
Yeah,
courthouse.
yeah,
Like, what's
yeah.
going on?
I
The
do
doctor's
it,
office.
I do it
Yeah.
wherever I'm at. I'm like, hey, have you heard
I love it. That's
KHEA radio?
perfect.
They're like,
Seriously.
what? Well, let me hand me your phone. And they're like, no. And I'm like, give me your phone.
Yeah.
And I get it, and I
That's
like
that
the
10X
page.
mentality, man.
Well,
You know?
on the salesmanship podcast, we talked about having confidence and believing in what you're selling. If you don't believe all the way down to the depths of your soul in what you're doing, then you're not going to be able to sell to anyone.
Yeah.
Right.
You
That's
know,
true.
like it just isn't going to happen.
Yeah, and it's not. Look, it's like we said, it's not selling. It's servicing. And if you believe in what you do, you believe in your product and your business, you just embody it. You just have to embody, it, and that's what he's doing. He's embodying
He
KHEA
is.
radio, and
That's
that's
awesome.
awesome, man.
Yeah. Is there ever a situation where it's just like, hey, this doesn't make sense? Obviously, I have your best interest in mind. Like, it's not a relationship where it wouldn't work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, there's times where I call people,
Obviously.
and they're like, "Well, Blake, we do want to sell. We don't, but we're not in a serious, urgent need right now. So
We
you
can
know
wait."
what? They go with her,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, actually, one of his clients, that's what we had to do. It
Yeah.
wasn't going to work out for him, so we're listing at retail. We're going to try to get them as much
Yeah.
as we can.
Okay. And then they can wait for, however long they need to, or as long as it takes to get
Yeah.
it sold, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
Cool.
And you're going to get your license, so then he can take care of
Yes,
them
I
too.
will be doing retail soon too. Yeah.
real estate license?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be doing both sides: off market, investing, and retail too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Then he can service them however they need.
Yeah.
What's
do the whole thing.
next?
After that? For real?
Yeah.
Mortgage broker license.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's going to move into finance.
Yeah. So I mean, I want the whole
So you
the whole
could
thing,
hopefully walk everybody,
the whole process,
help everybody out.
That's it, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal for Freedom Hawk, is to have basically an umbrella with every bit of the process where I can help the client.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Is there anything else y'all would like to share, during this time right now?
I mean,
Check out Real Estate Power Talk, man.
Yeah.
Please. And give us some feedback. Whether it's good or positive, whatever. We just want any feedback possible. Like our page. Let us know what you think. If you want to hear anything from us, just let us know.
So y'all record it tonight. When will it usually be posted?
Tuesdays.
On Tuesdays?
Every
Okay.
Tuesday. Yeah. And I mean, if anyone has a home, no matter what shape it's in, you can call us, White Glove Freedom Hawk. He'll take care of it if it's an uglier one. We'll make it pretty
Yeah.
under White Glove Design.
Exactly.
And if you want to just get rid of it, you don't want to deal with it, he'll handle it. If you want to get the highest return on your investment, White Glove will take care of it.
Yep.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys, and we'll bring y'all back soon.
Awesome.
And we need to share out y'all's the Power Talk,
Yeah.
so we can get some
That'd be good.
some more people to gain some knowledge. That's what we
Yeah,
love to do.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
So
Thanks for having us.
this is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM.
Educate.
All right, guys, coming up next, we're going to have Moms on a Mission. They're a group of moms who are doing good for the community. They have a fashion show coming up, and I'm going to weasel myself into that fashion show.
Dressed as a mom.
Dressed
Cool.
as a
All
mom.
right. Yeah.
Man.
Awesome. Thank you guys for coming
You're
in.
welcome.
Yeah, it was a pleasure, man. For real, seriously.
And we're going to get you guys back in more.
Yeah. Are we on air right now, or?
Yeah,
We're on
still
Facebook.
Okay, cool.
I'll talk to you out there about it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll do a monologue
Okay. Okay.
in here.
By himself. That's what he usually does.
So, what are you guys up to? What's everybody doing right now? Let me know in the comments. Is anybody interested in running the 5K? I'll see ya.
Thank you. Yeah, bro.
Because I'm going to do everything humanly possible to get Kurt Casper running in the 5K, but I want him to do it twice. I want him to do it as a 10K. So that's what my hope is. I thought it was pretty funny earlier how he said he works out once a week, and then he was like, well, 3 weeks ago. So every 3 weeks, it may happen. So we're going to have some moms coming in. I think they're on a mission, and we'll be learning about a fashion show that is taking place. A fashion show taking place. It's benefiting moms on a mission. So it's going to be exciting. Hello.
Do you think like that?
Kelly, you're gonna be the one that's like, talking.
So yeah, has anybody had the opportunity to hang out with us while we had Moms on a Mission on? I'm sure you'll have. We've had them back, multiple times, and they're always sharing some really cool things that they have going on, whether that's fundraising and just getting the word out about how you can get involved and help people will recover from Harvey, but I know y'all just gave away some scholarships here recently, right? How did that go?
Amazing.
Oh, it's really going well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
There's
many
amazing
scholarships?
students. We were able to do 2.
2 scholarships. It was like $1,000, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we planned on doing 1, but we, as usual, we ask people give more abundantly
Right.
than we expect, and we were able to do 2, which was really amazing.
There's been some good feedback, I guess, from the community. How many applicants did y'all have, and how was that picking the people?
Oh goodness, I don't know that we have a complete number of how many applicants we got because we were continuing to get them even past the deadline.
Yeah.
But they all go to our silent board.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't choose. We had a group of people from the community that picked, and really took the pressure off us.
Yeah. I would have been the kind of person who applied late as well. Just because that's just what it's like, whoops. Well, it doesn't hurt to just try anyways, right?
Right.
So y'all have a fashion show coming up. Where did that idea come from? It was your idea.
It was my idea.
It's her fashion show.
Yes.
What's your name?
I'm Kelly.
Kelly. Okay. Nice to meet you. So it's a fashion show. Is this something you've done before?
Yes, so I am a stylist and small suite owner,
Mm-hmm.
and I have done New York Fashion Week. I've been to London to do shows, and so I've done them all over. And when I moved here to Houston 4 years ago, I noticed that in the Clear Lake area, there's an abundance of amazing women from 25 to 40, but there is not a ton of art-centered events. So I was going to them in Houston. And I guess it was like, if you want it, build it. So
Right.
I really wanted to bring my passion to the area and then also help support the community that since I've moved here has been so supportive of me.
Yeah. Art-centered. What does that mean?
So focused on fashion, art, the creative mindset. Houston is definitely engineer, medical center, oil and gas centered. And I do feel like there's a gap with art. You can go to Galveston and find it, and then you can go to a small group in Houston and find it.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot in this area, and there's the demographic for it in this area. So I wanted to bring that.
So on social media, my Snapchat stories, and just everywhere, you turn on, the TV, there's something called the Met. Is it Gala?
Met Gala,
And I
yes.
see a bunch of people dressed in, some look really cool, some is just like, it's questionable. They're pushing the envelope, or they're trying to
Yes.
make a statement, right? Is that what we can expect
You will
at your
see
fashion
us in
show?
a hamburger costume, yes.
Which one of the moms on a mission is?
Kurt could bring his hot dog costume, and we'd be set.
Yeah. Have a full buffet.
We could have a buffet there.
Yes.
But no, is it going to be that kind of...
No. Maybe in years to come, I would love for this thing to become an annual event, and we can get creative and do themes. But the theme is spring. Obviously, Mother's Day is on Sunday, so I wanted to focus on moms on a mission because they are moms that have given back so much to our area. So it will be spring fashion theme. You're going to see a lot from the local boutiques and good hair and makeup.
Leah, do you want to come sit in Kurt's chair and we could just lock him out? Because I don't think he has his keys. Because he has some stuff he can take it, but then we'll be able to hear the mic. So spring theme. Whenever I think of spring, it's mainly colors,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So is that what that means, or is there more like floral? Like I'm not
Yes.
really that big on. Well, I like fashion, but I don't know that much about it. Well, definitely not as much as you.
Well, thank you. I don't know if I know that much either. No. Yes, it will be a lot of color. So we have 3 of the local boutiques in the area. It's Brave Boutique, Ivory Boutique, and Danielle Iman. So they all have a different theme. They're based off of what their clientele is usually ready to expect, but just with the volume turned up a little bit.
Cool.
So lots of summer stuff, a lot of color, and then some lacy, florally prints.
Leah, I'm glad you're here because you haven't been able to make it the past couple times.
I know. I'm really excited to be here today.
We're so glad you could take Kurt's position.
I know. Here I am in the seat of power and authority over here.
There's no power and authority over there usually, but now there is, because you're one of the founders of Mom on a Mission, and y'all came on air not quite a year ago,
Yes,
or was it?
tomorrow will be a year.
Will
Are you
it?
serious?
The first time we came on.
Oh, that's
For real?
fantastic.
Amazing.
goodness.
Time flies.
Maybe
When you're
you're
having so much fun.
Yeah, I'll see some of the Facebook memories of people sharing it out. So I'm counting on y'all, resharing that memory. Hopefully, it's like, hey, 1 year ago, if it's not there, I'm gonna be very upset.
I
Just
just
kidding.
remember emailing like every radio station in the area and then hearing back from y'all instantly.
We had nothing else to do.
Wow.
No. Y'all were like,
Let me pull a
professional
Gardy.
and on it and just so kind and oh my gosh.
No, well,
we
I'm
were
glad.
happy to come.
So y'all sent us an email, and then I remember there was a message, but it was like, I don't know if we had responded back to one and not the other, but I remember like, oh yeah, we should have responded back to this or like something. But I remember getting that email and responding, be like, yeah, that's definitely something we want to talk about. This is awesome.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember any flubs. I just remember it being totally smooth and just all tick, tick, tick.
it's still in there, I'm sure. I could find it because we don't delete anything.
My son was excited that I was coming on here because he calls y'all show Taco Tuesday because of the taco that he's eating.
Every day's Taco Tuesday. Yeah.
Taco Tuesday.
So the fashion show. When is it?
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
night.
What's the location? Is it at your?
It is at La Roma Event Center, which is a
Okay.
new event center. It actually used to be the
cool name.
Murder by Chocolate. I
Yes.
think. Okay. So it is in that location off of Egret Bay. Doors open at 7. The show should start right around 8:15 to 8:30. We do also, this is something that we came up with at the kind of last minute, and we wanted to add even more funds for Moms on a Mission. We're doing a raffle. And in that raffle is a $1,000 KOR whitening system by Teakin Dentistry. 4 season tickets to Juxtapose Art Collective, a GHD straightening hairbrush, which is like a $200 value, some necklaces and jewelry. So the raffle tickets go $5 each or $25 for 6.
Cool.
So, and 100% of those proceeds will go to Moms on a Mission.
I need all those things.
Right? The whitening system, I was like,
you need a hairbrush that straightens your hair.
Yes. I do. I could have straight hair,
It, maybe, but no,
white
I don't know
teeth.
about you.
Oh, yeah, I
You don't
could.
have that much hair.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd still use it. I can still try.
You could create so many, like a pompadour with it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I see on Instagram like all these sponsored posts where these guys are like, man, is it or even on their beard, like they grow it out, which I already got. I grow straight hair, but they're like doing this and it just makes it longer. That'd be
I
awesome.
really would like to see it on a beard.
It could be like
I think that would be cool.
Vanderpump Rules-esque sort of thing.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Think about that.
So that's cool. So Murder by Chocolate, that's by where Gignan and like
Yes.
Scout Bar,
Yep.
right? Okay, cool. How many people can that seat? How many people can you hold?
So I believe the capacity, so it's different. She gave me the capacity with the tables, and that was 250. But we have taken the tables out, so I'm sure it would hold a little bit more. We are sold out of VIP, but we still have general admission available,
Cool.
which gets you a seat as well.
So your background's in fashion, and so what are you doing like right now? Like, do you have a salon or did I make that up?
No, I do. I have a small suite, 2-chair suite, and it's actually in the same shopping center down the way.
She's our
Okay.
hairdresser.
Yes.
Okay.
Big fan
She
of
does your
her
hair?
work. Yes.
And we
And
met
mine.
Does your-
we met her after Harvey because she gave makeovers to homeowners.
Okay.
And that's how we met Kelly.
And Kelly
Cool.
lives in our neighborhood, Gardy.
Awesome. Neighbor.
Neighbor.
You know, I'm okay with fashion shows. I love it. But here's the thing that they don't have. And we just talked to somebody that's having one in Galveston. They don't have any guys fashion. And so how am I supposed to know what to wear?
Guess what? There's a guy boutique coming
Where?
to the show.
Really?
There's
What?
going
Which
to be
one is
2
that?
sets. He's actually from Houston. He's in Montrose.
Okay.
And it's Guys in Style. And we have 2 different looks from his set. So it'll be a casual look and then a formal look.
That's cool.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow night, Gardy.
Well, we need a guy's boutique down here.
We really do. And
There's
that
not
was,
one.
I really looked for it. And I was like, okay, even if there was boutiques that had a few male things as well, but there wasn't. And I was like, so hopefully maybe this would inspire ding, ding,
Somebody.
See, now
Somebody.
you need to do shoes and clothes.
I
Are those
know.
your shoes that you
Yes, but I can't. I just don't have enough time to give it the appropriate attention it needs, right? I feel like
We get that.
if I quit here, what would happen? You know, but no, I'm
would be left to Kurt.
well, even that's questionable.
And then that's the hot
we have
dog
Leah.
guy.
That's the hot dog gentleman. Yeah, hot dog guy. So
Let's not have him open a boutique. No.
yeah, hot dog suits.
Yes.
So tomorrow is the fashion show. So there will be some guys' items there. There's going to be ladies' items there. Is it going to be, friends and people who are friends with the boutiques that are going to be walking in this show?
We have a little bit of both because we wanted to represent real women. So we have clients of the boutiques as well as of mine. And then we also have real models, signed agency models. So it will
cool.
be, it will be viewing pleasure.
Kurt, can you please get on the intern mic?
I will.
You've been replaced.
Sorry.
You there?
Here.
I'm here.
Hey, it sounds good.
It does. Does my voice sound good in this? I haven't used this microphone in like months.
I miss whenever you used to have to use that.
Oh, I hated using
Okay,
this
we
mic.
got 6 seconds. Y'all wanna go on and do this on the FM? Here we go.
Yeah.
Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
You sound sad over there.
And I'm Curt.
How's everybody doing? So we have Moms on a Mission in. And then we also are talking about fashion. And who knows fashion better than moms, right?
Right.
I feel like there's mom fashion. Is that a thing?
There is mom fashion.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
usually yoga, leggings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like going to HEB,
Jeans.
going to Target, yeah,
Black
and
t-shirts.
leggings and yoga pants and just a shirt and you're good to go, right?
That's it.
So what can we expect? Why are you shaking your head no?
No, I'm just saying no. It's just that I wear the cliche mom
Yeah.
outfit.
So there's an event taking place tomorrow. Can you explain what the event is, where it is, and how somebody can get tickets?
Okay, yes. You can get tickets on Facebook at Kelly's House of Color or on Instagram at Kelly's House of Color. You will see 3 amazing boutiques in the area, Ivory, Brave, and Danielle Iman. There will be lots of spring fashion, amazing hair, amazing models, and a surprise performance as well. The biggest thing we want to promote today is the raffle basket that is going to be giving away $1,000 worth whitening system from Teak & Dentistry, 4-season tickets to Juxtapose, as well as other goodies in the raffle basket. And 100% of those proceeds will go to Moms on a Mission.
Awesome. So Kelly's House of Color is the name of your business?
Yes, sir.
And that's a really cool name,
Thanks.
first of all. How'd you come up with that?
Oh, gosh. Lots of brainstorming, but I knew I wanted to represent, I do hair and makeup as well. And so I wanted to represent a space that you could go into and just get color.
Yeah.
So it's my house of color.
Everywhere. Okay.
Yes.
So do you work with guys and girls?
I do.
Okay.
I do it
We-
all.
Prom season just came. Is that busy and fun for you?
It is busy and fun, and usually it books out way in advance. For sure, because you've got girls that are just ready to make sure, and it's usually the moms that make sure the appointment is booked
Yeah.
versus the girls. So the moms are dedicated to making sure that their little beautiful girls look stunning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Curt, this event's taking place tomorrow, and guess what? They're even going to have guys. They're going to have guys there. There's a gentleman coming from the Montrose area who has a gentleman's boutique, and he's going to have some fashion going on.
I wasn't invited to be a model.
You could have tried out.
You know, there was a rehearsal.
Yeah, you missed it.
You didn't tell me.
There was a casting call, wasn't there?
There was a casting call. It's not too late.
This is why there are 3 of my favorite moms on a mission, and Sarah's 3rd on the list.
Who? We have this like love-hate relationship.
Hey, how's Concetta? She's working, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, there's 4 now. Okay, 4th. I'm sorry.
So you're 4th.
He forgot. He like forgot my name one time. They were naming all of us, and he was like, "Who is that other one?" Or he's like, "Sarah." I'm like,
Okay. Okay, we've been talking about Kelly's House of Color, this fashion show, and we may have mentioned it before, but where exactly is your suite located?
My suite is located at the Salons d'Alan, which is also on Egret Bay. And then the event is at La Roma Event Center, which is in the same shopping center just towards NASA Bypass.
Okay. Are you close to where Murder by Chocolate was for your salon?
Yes. Actually,
Okay.
it's in the same strip center.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Do you eat at Gignon a lot?
I ate there last night.
Oh, I would too. It's really good.
It's very good. I have favorites if you want to know.
Sure. I always get the pork.
Oh my god.
It's
I'm
like
using
the
yoga pants.
Tangachu pork or something. Like I always get the same thing, and it's really
It's
good.
so
Spicy
good.
tonkatsu. I don't know. What do you
Yes.
get?
Okay, so the slurp up cilantro hot is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And then the shrimp tempura on the quinoa salad is everything. It's a special order. I'm sure they're going to kill me for this. So you have to ask for it specifically, but it is to die for.
Awesome. Have any of y'all ever been? You've been to Jenna?
I have not. No.
Okay, well, we need
We
to
don't
make
get
that
out much,
happen.
Guardian.
That's where
Kids
you guys
under
are going to
10.
go before the fashion show. Stop there.
Colleen, have you been?
No.
Really?
That's a date.
Yes, let's do it.
Well, y'all need to go and check it out. I don't get to go as much as I would like, but if I worked next door, then yes, I would be there often.
They know me by name.
So, okay, we were talking about something yesterday, there's a place across the street, and I don't know if it's endorsed by you or if you like it, but is it a hibachi? Have you ever been there?
It's Ichiban.
Ichiban.
Oh, Ichiban right
Have you
across
been
the
there?
street.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Is it good?
It is good.
Okay.
They give you a lot of food. I did not know that. And then I was hungry one day and ordered like the bintu box and then sushi.
Yeah.
And it was so much food. I was like, oh my God.
You're like, no, I just meant sushi.
Yeah, I really just wanted like a snack.
Yeah.
And I got like a meal for
everything.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a place that I think it's called Kabuki over by 646 on the west side, but it's new, and I like hibachis, and
I do too.
my family likes it. There's like the fire, and they do the train and throw the food in your mouth, and so we were talking about that. And Kurt, well, we kind of had an idea together.
We need a Mexican restaurant to do that.
Tex-Mex.
Like
Throw
where
like
they cook
tacos
it.
at you?
Yes.
Sorry about your eye.
Well, they cook the food in front of you, like maybe even fajitas. They already do tableside guacamole, right?
Yes.
Oh,
So we
that
were
is
talking
actually
about
really
this, and
smart.
we said, hey, like we should start this. But then I realized I already do this at Gringos. I tell the waitress
Don't you
just to.
also lick the cheese bowl? Go to Mexican restaurants?
He does do that.
Let's not get too
He
far
does it.
ahead of
It grosses
Does
me
your
out.
girlfriend know that?
She likes it.
That's why they're girlfriend and boyfriend.
Yes.
So
There's
you already do this. Like you're at Gringos and you ask the
I'm like,
waitress.
throw the food in my mouth. Let's go. And they're
I'm
like,
ready.
okay.
Just like pour it in.
Do they miss or are you able to?
Oh, I catch it every time. The fajita.
I feel like we should test this right now.
I know.
We'll meet you at Gringos.
Right. But that is smart. Like hibachi, Spanish, Mexican fusion.
Yeah, they could do
thing.
like
That's
some
really good.
fajitas and all kinds of meat on a little grill, like I don't know, a flat top, I think is what they call it. But if you just had it in the middle of the table, you could literally do that and throw like bell peppers and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it's an experience.
Refry the beans.
That would be
You're good to go.
I think
Yeah.
this kind of feeds into what you were saying as far as like needing more arts things
Yeah.
in this area. I mean,
I feel
but
like
it's
that would
like
be an
theater.
artistic-
It's like dinner and a show
Yeah,
and,
an
all of
artistic
this.
thing,
Yeah.
for sure.
And then you have like someone painting the whole experience.
Yeah.
And like
Yes.
mariachi on the side.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Come on. That, I would pay for that.
Right now it's 10:24. We're gonna take a quick break on the FM. This is KHEA Radio. Leadercast spots.
Hey, play it.
In Lamarck. This is an international teleconference focusing on team building, leadership skills, communication, and what is needed to take your organization to the Y'all can't next hear this, can you? level. In partnership with Topstar Marketing, this event will be making its debut in Galveston County this Friday at 8 a.m. Some of the speakers include Gail King, Patrick Lincioni, and Andy Stanley. Visit topstarevents.com for tickets and more information. This spot and Leadercast Galveston. What'd you say?
It's you talking. That's why you wanted us to listen.
It's a good spot. It really is a good spot.
Dang, calling out Gardy for his voice.
What's wrong with my voice?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Are you live on Instagram?
I am.
We haven't
Say
figured.
hi.
Okay.
Hey, Instagram, follow me
Do. Okay, say it.
at KHEA Radio. It's really difficult to
Oh,
remember.
at KHEA Radio.
I'm
Oh gosh, it's
at
What is our-
KHEA Radio
No,
Ours
at
is
moms on a mission. It's
underscore
underscore,
MOM.
underscore mom. Like moms underscore mission underscore M period O period M.
Something. Tell us about what you guys do on the radio. Like, what's your purpose?
Sure. So we just pretty much bring Moms on a Mission MOM on every day. That's why we're here.
It's why they're awesome.
Yeah, we bring them in. They talk about cool events they have going on, like their scholarships or how they help people in after Harvey, and promoting their fundraisers. And now there's this fashion show that Kelly's House of Color is putting on, and we want to get the word out so that way we can get some more people in the seats just to know how they can get involved and maybe even learn a thing or two whenever it comes to fashion, how to dress, what's coming next.
Yes.
That's what I like to see because, there's always trends in fashion. There's always trends in radio, technology, media. And if you're trying to do like what other people are doing, you're going to get left behind. But if you're looking ahead, then you can be on the verge of, I was doing that before everybody
You're a
else was.
trendsetter.
You want to be a trendsetter, right?
Okay, so let's talk about how trends recycle because I don't know.
Bell bottoms are back.
I don't know age
Praise
groups here,
God.
but I feel some type of way that the 90s have recycled already.
They have.
Target
And I'm
is-
like, I'm old enough to live through a recycled.
Yeah, that doesn't
Target
feel
looks
right.
Like the movie Clueless came back.
Yes, no, the whole yellow plaid outfit was on a model in Target, and I had a flashback.
Yeah.
So I see scrunchies a lot again.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And it just flashes me back to the Sex and the City episode where
Yes.
she's like scrunchy.
I just do not
And they're back.
understand it.
My daughter
They're back.
has like jellies like as sandals, which I remember that. You know, my sister having that,
And you
and
get the ones from Old Navy, they smell like strawberries. Like at
Oh,
first
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought my youngest was just trying to get me to smell her foot.
how old is your youngest?
3, and I was like, Francesca, please get your shoe out of my face. Like, they smell like strawberries. And they're fabulous.
Like scratch and sniff. It is, and I was like,
They do smell like strawberries.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So I guess like what's coming up with our trends is the 90s kind of like in right now? Is that's what's coming back?
yes, you're seeing some of the 90s come back. So I've seen a lot of Doc Martens. I've seen the bigger jeans. I actually saw a 15-year-old girl in the salon, and I stopped her. I probably scared a little bit. I was like, where'd you get those pants? And she was like, they looked like Jinkos, but they weren't as big, so it's not like the elephant, if you remember, like the elephant style pants. But hers came up, they were cropped, and then she was wearing Doc Martens. So, you know, it's a different version of the 90s, but it's
Umbros are back.
still...
The Umbro shorts.
T-shirts, you're going to see like band T-shirts still a lot. You know, plaid pants, cropped pants are definitely in, especially with men. Men are showing their ankles now. I noticed in a lot of fashion whenever I go to Canada, and then in London, I saw a lot of that. Men are wearing very much more tight pants. And you know what else is really big in the UK? The space shoes. The
The big
the Spice
like
Girl
Spice
shoes.
Girl shoes.
Oh, like platform?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited by this.
Yes.
It's like all my
Like
favorite things I used to wear.
So will you tell Gardy this, that the fashion of having one leg rolled back up is also back?
Like LL Cool
Do you
J.
remember when you like tucked it over and then rolled?
Oh
it
yeah.
up?
I just like having mine up a little bit.
No,
Oh, like
here's what he
LL
does.
Cool
He does one pant leg and he pulls it up like
Oh,
this.
these are nice. I
and
like
then the
your
other
socks.
one. Thanks.
This is fashionable.
I don't know. My mom buys me socks like all the time, which I appreciate. You know.
I like fun socks on guys.
So yeah, but he'll pull up one pant leg and I'm like, Kurt,
Just one?
stop. Yes. I mean, he's like, it's like LL Cool J. I'm like, please.
And you walk like
Kurt,
this.
that is not cute.
No, it's not. And I told him, I was like, we can't go. I can't be
both
seen
have
with you
them.
like this.
Oh, I'm getting
In
to
public.
that.
You have really white
They're
legs.
saying the teens of today's are super
Let's go
into
get a spray
90s
tan.
crop tees on men.
Crop tees on men.
Are you down for that?
I'm not down for a crop tee.
Okay. And
No.
fanny packs. I actually do.
Oh, I like
Yes,
fanny
I
packs.
just bought a
Fanny packs
fanny
are
pack
fantastic.
the other day, and I was like, darn, I should have never
Yeah.
made fun of my mother whenever we traveled overseas, and she wore this like teal fanny pack when I was younger, and I was like, please stop doing that.
But they've evolved, right? They're
Yeah,
not
it was
like,
a leather one, and I thought I could like sort of kind of wear
I'm
it
gonna
off
get
the
an
shoulder.
American
I remember
flag
like the
one.
color blocking neon ones with that
Yeah.
funny weird
Well,
like,
now,
The tent fabric.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
it
like
was
the
the
tent
waterproof
fabric.
fabric.
now
I
there's
have, like,
like
a leather one.
designer fanny packs.
Yes,
like you
the
get like
Chanel one is fabulous.
yeah, all kinds of like you
Pins
know
for Mother's Day.
$2,000, $3,000 fanny pack. So it's like it's more of a fashion and serving some function. So, we like bags, and I know Kurt does as well. But things that you can carry your gear or stuff that you need in, and it's also
Convenience.
yeah, and
For sure.
so that's fun.
So do you have a man bag?
Kurt
I have a
has merce.
backpack.
I have a backpack too.
Where's your
Let's
merch,
see.
Kurt?
I do
Your
have
purse.
one.
Oh, that's a nice
It's right
one.
over here.
Oh, nice.
Is that the Coach one? I have a Coach one too. And my husband has the other one that looks it's not the leather, but it just has the leather pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So like in
really
there, I
nice.
carry my laptop, chargers.
Oh, yeah.
I have
You
a
have, like, a
camera.
messenger bag.
I have SD cards. I got cables, chargers, sunglasses,
You're
sunscreen,
ready.
like in my jacket in case it rains. There's a lot of stuff, and it's really
Wipes. I
convenient.
think it's really
Where's your
important
merch,
everyone have
Kurt?
wipes.
He's got his merce in.
Oh, let's see the merce. Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a sweet satchel.
Satchel.
Fossil, that's a good one. Those are
Super sturdy.
They're very
like
durable.
sturable.
Durable.
Durable.
Yeah, like sturable.
Sturable. Hey, Kurt, you got some feedback. This is from Robin at Axemaster. She said, "Just know Kurt, LOL." I agree with you.
He's got a hat.
I want to pin.
And the hat. Can you sing that song?
Can y'all tell? Okay.
yeah, I'm
What are
gonna-
y'all's thoughts on
I'm
this hat
gonna-
with Kurt? Because like he'll try and wear this out sometimes, and I'm like, that's fine.
New song about the horse.
Because he has a bolo. Oh, the horse song.
Yeah, sing this horse song.
Old Town Road.
Old Town Road.
And I tell him, I was like, dude, you should have got. He got that brand new before the rodeo
Got it at Cavender's.
from the kid section. I'm
I
thinking.
did not. It fits perfectly
It
fine.
fits fit. I like the color.
See,
great color.
Gardy thinks it's too small on mine.
Now you need to wear it with a
Told him it
crop
could be
tee.
bigger.
Yeah,
A crop tee, a fanny pack, and then
and the space shoes.
and the space shoes, and you will be a
And a crop
trendsetter.
top.
And
oh
then
my
you sing
gosh.
Old Town Road.
Tomorrow on KHEA Radio.
Don't
Kurt
tempt him.
puts all the
No,
fashion
Kurt.
styles into one look.
Kurt's combined fashion.
Well, that's what I got dressed this morning and I was like, I have like 8 different shades of blue on right now.
He was like, yeah, you do.
I was like, I don't care.
This is how I roll. I walk out the door and I'm like, how many more colors could I be wearing right now? Either that or I wear black.
I wear a lot of blue. I like blue.
It's one or the other.
Gardy. So I guess whenever you want, but we have one thing that we would want to.
What is it? Go ahead.
There's so much pressure right now.
Do it.
No,
Do I know?
We no, we just wanted to kind of like make an announcement that we are going to be helping a homeowner. We're going to be partnering up with another business, and we're going to help a homeowner get an entire new kitchen. Because yes, even here we are, almost 2 years since Harvey, these people still do not have a kitchen.
What all do they need?
Everything.
Like
Counters,
appliances.
They have a folding table and a crock pot and plastic spoons and
That's
plates.
it, huh?
I
And
think
that's
it's like
what
the
they
biggest
have.
thing is like we want to press to people is that like even though it looks like everything's okay and people have moved on, it's like here we are almost 2 years and we're still dealing with Harvey.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we're really excited about this.
What kind of cost is going to be associated with that? Do you have an estimation? Like $15,000,
We're
$20,000?
still kind of in the beginning phases
Yeah.
of it, kind of trying to figure out how we can work with other local businesses to make it happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's not cheap,
No, it's not.
but it is
Kitchens are not
necessary. You need a kitchen.
cheap. You need a
Yeah.
kitchen.
So we're
They need to
excited.
feel. They need to feel safe in their
Normal.
home again.
Normalcy.
Yeah, normalcy.
Yeah.
And enjoy their home and not see all the things that have come before this.
Yeah. And I noticed with the rain that I think there's even rain like coming tonight, right? And there's rain that
Four
is
people in Kingwood, they're
flooded.
Is it 400 homes?
Mm-hmm. But a lot of people probably got reminded. I even saw some of my Facebook friends like, oh, man, I hope this isn't another Harvey because the rain looks like it was going to sit. I don't know for how long. And some people were like worried and just talking about the rain, which is understandable. But
And I think it's
I
going to
don't
be
know.
scary too because here we are like on the brink of hurricane season starting up again. And people still
Already
are
seeing
like,
these big
we're still
storms.
not done from this, 2 years ago. So
Mhm.
I think it's going to be an awesome thing, and we're really thankful for people
Okay.
that are wanting to help out.
yeah, so if somebody wants to help you guys, maybe they have a construction company or a hookup with something, how can they get a hold of y'all?
Find us on Facebook.
Yeah. Or email us.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mom's on a mission, mom17@gmail.com. Yes?
Yeah.
No
Sorry,
underscores?
we have
That's our
two.
Yahoo.
That's our Yahoo. Sorry.
We have 2 ones.
And they're not the same, and it's confusing.
swear, Mom.
One's for business and one's for
Pleasure.
homeowners.
One's for
No,
business.
for homeowners. We had to keep them separated because last year we were getting so many aid
Yes.
request forms.
Yeah, so we
Okay.
have
They
like
had to
one
be
just for
separate.
aid request and one for like other business like ventures we do like
I was
scholar-
laughing because I know
Sorry.
it's dumb to laugh at what you say, but I was one's for business, one's for pleasure.
did
I
sound
thought it was funny. I'm sorry.
Homeowners. The
Either
other one's
that
for
or we like give
homeowners.
you the
We
wrong
weed you
email.
out,
Yes.
It's kind of like whenever y'all saw us, and you're like, well, we don't really have anything else going on in our show.
Well, we
so
have
we'll just
one.
have these moms on a mission.
We have one at KHEA at KHEAradio.com, and we get like business stuff in there, and then there's other requests, and so yeah, I understand sometimes things can get filtered or you miss something.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I replied to this, or somebody read it and didn't reply. Yeah,
I hate emails.
Do you?
I
can
cannot
handle that, yeah.
stand
I feel it.
emails.
I feel like there's 2 types of people. So is your email box full?
No.
Or do you clean it out?
I
Does
clean
give
it
you
out
anxiety?
because I can't stand notifications on my phone.
Yes,
I don't delete
yes.
anything.
You
It's all on
don't?
there.
You have like 2,000 emails?
Well, no, I so look, I have.
like,
Well, I just got
separate
2,
them?
so I have 8, but I just got 3. Like, so yeah, I'm gonna delete them, or like I'm gonna move them as read, and then I'm gonna leave them there, and then there's some that I leave as unread because maybe I
get
read
back
them,
to
but I
it.
wanted
Yeah, I
them to
do
make
that
sure
too.
that I don't lose this one.
I do that a little bit.
Yeah.
But you just
Lee's
delete
good
them all.
about
I delete them
I
all.
have to categorize them.
Yes.
Yep. They go in their own folders.
The notifications
Has to be
though
neat and
give me
tidy.
anxiety. Like if I see the number, I'm like,
But I think my like actual like Yahoo email from
Your
we got
personal one.
still has
Are you at like
emails from
8,000
back
emails?
then. I mean, they're all read. It
What's your
comes-
email address from back then?
could you give it out to us, please?
I feel like your
Is it
original
good?
email address is like
No,
telling.
it's like no, it's like the one when I got married. It's only like 13 years old, I think, or 12. Or no,
Okay.
Not been married that long actually. It's
How long have you
Has
been
a
married?
husband.
11,
11 years.
almost. I think 10 and a half.
Oh my gosh.
Do you know your
It's
husband's
11
name?
this year, right? Yeah.
Hey, so Mother's Day's coming up. Are y'all excited? Are you a mom?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So we got all moms in here, and so what is? Are you not a mom? Y'all got plans? Y'all excited? This is like what y'all train for, you know. I earned this. It's Mother's
This is what
Day.
we've been training for.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm not doing anything.
I mean, I'm going to church.
So going to church. What are y'all?
Hopefully my people will feed me.
You're not cooking, right? Or are you cooking? Because we found out that was the thing. Well, I kind of realized, but Curt was like, "That's the thing. Like mothers don't cook." No, it's maybe one of the busiest restaurant days of the year, or Valentine's.
Me, I'm like, I'd rather stay home. You can take me out on a different day because I don't really want to be in that much crowd with 3 kids.
Just like
somehow,
Valentine's
like,
Day.
I just want to be off from being a mother on Mother's Day.
Let
That's
me sit
my
in my
ideal
bed
of
and y'all
Mother's
pretend
Day.
like you don't know me. Today.
Like I want to take the day off. Like
Wow.
no cooking, no laundry, no sweeping, no like 500 moms.
Kidding.
Mom,
Yeah.
mom. Yeah.
Are your kids gonna make? I mean, do they make cards, or do they
Yes,
do
they
anything
do.
like sweet
Super
like that? Maybe like clean their room.
We don't know because they would do it with other people.
Right.
We have no idea.
Three-year-old
I think
was
that's
trying to
kind of
buy
where
me a
I'm headed.
beer
Like
at
no
H-E-B.
expectations and no plans because
Yeah.
husband works and kids are always home, so I'm with them all the time. I homeschool.
So when are they gonna do it? Like, you just need to drop hints. Like, so
Here's a
Mother's
nice
Day is coming
macaroni
up
So
Sunday.
cards, yeah. Here's a macaroni necklace I made for myself. You can give it to me on Sunday. No, I'm taking the day off from lesson planning. We're
Awesome.
like the end of the year, and
So
normally I plan on Sundays.
How old are your kids?
9, 6, and 3.
Okay, you know, being a homeschool mom, is there summers off, or is it like a constant learning
You know,
process?
I could. I've always had this dream of doing homeschooling all summer and then taking off a good portion of the spring when the weather's so beautiful. Just because it's so hot and oppressive here in the summertime. But all of our friends are
Are off.
off school, and so we want to maximize our friend time. So we typically take summers off, but
Yeah.
we'll continue some subjects. We're still set back from Harvey, like a lot of other homeschool families. So
Yeah,
we got some work to do.
We have a couple of interns, and they're both homeschooled high school students.
Yes.
Which is awesome. But so it allows them to learn, you know, and that
And
may be
pursue
debatable.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they say that they learn, and we do teach them stuff, and they have some experience, and I think it's a great opportunity because they can explore different stuff as well as get their education.
Absolutely.
That's fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. I loved that about my homeschool experience.
How come y'all don't homeschool? Do you homeschool?
I think I am a better mother not homeschooling.
It's not maybe not everybody
It's like
can
being
do
a
it.
teacher.
I
It
commend,
takes special
yes.
people to do it.
I think it's definitely like you have to, if God didn't tell me to do it, I would not be doing
and not be
it.
put on blast about it. This is not the first time he's blasted us about not.
Why don't you
It's
just
not
drop
the
them off
first
at Leah's?
I know. Are you accepting?
I'm not enrolling new students. I feel good with my 3.
Kurt used to be a teacher. He could.
Oh yeah, no, yes he did used to be a teacher, but
I was a video
I don't
teacher.
know. After this
pretty
morning
quiet over
discussion
here.
about how you won't let people go to the bathroom in class, I'm like,
yeah. What are y'all's thoughts on that?
I'm
Wait,
against
what was
it.
that?
Wait,
He said he wouldn't let, if he was the principal, he would make it a rule that kids couldn't go to the bathroom during class.
I think that's mean to teachers.
I would give them an extra.
You would need a lot of cleaning supplies in your room.
That's what I told him.
and gloves
But
for
I'm thinking of
yourself.
high school students. You know, like this is
I
not
get
like
where
a
you were coming
distracted.
from, though.
Well, we were talking
you
about.
have
You're
time to
thinking
go.
that it's a distraction, more of like
distraction, and then they can go to the restroom and do whatever they want in the
I did it.
restroom.
My friends would be like, okay, we're going to ask for a pass at this time. We'll go meet. We didn't do anything. We just wanted to talk. Like,
Yeah.
standing out in the hall talking.
But Kurt said he was going to give them an extra minute, so that way they'd be able to use the restroom, you know, between the bell.
That's fair. Like if you gave
Like
them-
if I was at work, I can't. Well, in this job I could, but if I was at a job where like you're on the line, on the assembly line, you can't be like, hey,
The factory job. What kind of
Preparation
job
for
are you
real
doing?
life, right? You
What?
just real life
Work at a factory?
expectations.
yeah. If I sometimes if I'm on the toll road, I
In a hot
can't
dog
pull
suit,
over
like,
and use the
like on the
restroom.
factory line. Just, I told him.
I see him being Lucille Ball and Ethel when
I
they're
know,
like
like,
eating
eating
the
stuff.
chocolate, like over fast.
I told him for the rest of the day, I'm going to time him. Anytime he uses the restroom, you got 4 minutes from wherever you're at, and then you got to go upstairs, grab stuff, and come back to where you're at. So I'm going to be like, all right, you're on the
That
clock.
would be good
And go.
practice if you were a mom.
Okay.
You have to do that fast.
Oh,
because
use the restroom because you don't know what they're going to get
The
into.
house could go in flames in seconds.
Yeah, but
Well,
also
they're gonna
they will
disrupt
find you.
in the restroom.
Yeah, and they
Yeah,
find
they will find you.
So.
Yeah.
So
So-
then
Never
also
have any.
Yeah.
knock on his door too while he's in there. Are you almost done? What are you doing? Come back out.
Hey, being a mom, can you all give us some hints on what moms would maybe want for Mother's Day? Like, what can I get my wife? What can I get my mom? What are some good tips?
Yeah. Have her car detailed.
Yes, I did that one
Yeah.
year. for
Take
Mother's
things
Day.
off her plate that she wouldn't do for herself.
Yes.
Okay.
Practical gifts are where it's at.
I think like self-care, because a lot of moms won't take that time, or they feel
Like a
guilty.
massage?
So it's like, well, I mean, just to get my hair done is like self-care for me. So
Yeah.
I think getting, your hair done or get a facial or something that makes you feel like you. Like your identity's not just in.
What about flowers? Is that too
No, I don't
cliche?
like
Live
flowers.
You don't like flowers?
I'm not a good flower
Live
person.
plants,
They
not
keep
flowers.
it
Plants
alive.
are cool.
Kelly, on the other hand, can keep flowers and
She's
plants
like
alive.
a
Like a crazy person.
Like if you give
Are
me,
you a
like,
crazy
kill
person?
everything.
No, like,
I would
like
not.
she,
Sometimes
like,
it
puts her,
depends
like-
on the day.
She can do. I've never seen someone like you, like
Aw,
brought back
thank
to
you.
life your flower.
Orchids.
Yes,
Yes,
the
I do
orchards.
love the orchards.
She
I
talks
don't have an
to
orchard.
'em, and it's like
You sing to them?
I don't sing because you don't want that. I don't think they want that either. But I do. They're like in my salon, and so they're by music, and they have a lot of
Nice.
light, and I think that helps. I do love plants. So if like you got me like a Home Depot or like a Moss Nursery gift card,
Yeah.
that would
Moss
make me
Nursery.
very,
Is
your-
very happy.
Does your house have some cool like landscaping, and do you do any
so
of that there?
that was kind of overwhelming because we built, and so it was like this big blank square in the back, and it really overwhelmed me. And so I have just started adding landscaping, but I'm a house plant person, so I
Nice.
have lots of stuff in my house.
This is from Lauren Perez. Well, first of all, she said my girl Kelly McGowan. So she said spa day, a couple nights of babysitting coupons or stuff like that would be fun, huh?
yeah.
babysitter.
I think
Babysitting
For like a
coupons.
deep clean, I would love someone to come in and
Oh,
deep
that's a
clean
good
my
one.
house, like, because that just takes off stuff. That,
There's this brand called Whip It that I sat at Walmart thinking I was going to get it for free, and it wasn't.
What was it? Cleaning service?
Yeah, it was like a Whip It, like clean it device thing.
He sent me a picture
Is
of
that
it.
a live person?
Yes, it was a live person.
Not a
They're
machine, like one of those
coming
robots.
up at in like 2 minutes over in this aisle, like you'll get a free gift, like if you just sit there. So I show up, I'm like, oh, of course I want the free gift.
Yes.
And he goes, and this is not available at Walmart yet, but this is what this does.
It could be.
Walmart has chosen Lamarck as the international like location to introduce this product to you, and I'm like, yeah, Lamarck, yeah. And he goes through his little spiel. And, like we got this little like cleaning thing. He goes, and today only, right now, because you have the special ticket, which is this cleaning cloth. You know, he's like, you will get buy one get one free. This Whip It product, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. How much
was
is
only
it?
$800.
And he was like,
This is the longest story I've
$29.99,
ever
and I
heard.
was like, oh my gosh. And he goes, lean
I
in
know what
closer,
we're
guys.
talking about
Lean in closer, and I'm like, okay. And he goes, I'll also give you this spray bottle, and I was like.
I bet y'all missed my
Nah.
spot on the radio, like that I made y'all listen to. Huh?
So,
Just kidding. No, yeah, he was really invested in that because he sent me a picture and
I was like,
it kind of
thinking
said
Walmart.
he's like 20 minutes later I don't get the free stuff and I'm like I don't know what you're
I
talking
wasted
about.
20 minutes of, and we were in a hurry too, and we stopped it, and then it's
Apparently
like
not.
20
but
minutes.
honestly, we're starting our Mother's Day weekend out because we're gonna all do the fashion show. So that's our
That's
mom's.
true.
Where are the kids going to be? Are they going to be there? Is it kid friendly?
Oh, no.
Negative.
No kids. So there's going to be
My
babysitting.
kids will be there
Is there-
because I want them to see all the work that I put in, but I'm also putting them to work.
Is there kids fashion? Are there going to be any
There-
kids walking?
There's not, no.
Okay,
Not this time. Maybe next time.
No.
cool.
My kids keep asking if they can go. Absolutely not.
What if I snuck on stage?
Yes, please.
I don't know.
we have to-
She said
I
yes.
said yes, and Kelly
security
Do you have
something that
security?
we
I think
covered?
it's gonna be like the bouncer at the door.
Like I
You
run
could
out
totally
there, and
sneak
they're
it,
like,
in the hot dog.
In your
you
hot
have to be
dog
in the
costume.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm seeing that.
That's okay. You can do the
As long as
finale.
you're wearing hot dog and space shoes.
Or the cowboy hat, cropped shirt, cropped pants, and space shoes.
Why is crop top coming back? Like
I
most guys don't have that kind of body. Like this isn't
It's kind of-
Hollywood. This
that's
is like
normal
Gotham County.
mom.
I mean, that reminds me of
So-
like 80s, like
Football
beach,
player.
like Venice Beach.
Sure.
Like
Neither do like normal
Like
moms.
muscle tee.
So, like,
Muscle
I'm not
tee.
wearing it either.
I had
Venice
the perfect.
Beach.
I had the perfect.
And his beach.
Perfect
Galveston
body for it.
Beach. Like,
No one took that
You're gonna have to go to that Brazilian drop so they can spray tan again.
that's true.
I
You got
did-
some, like, so we've done some stuff. Our friend Desiree with Brazilian drops, she's awesome. But I've done some treatment, and we've been going more into like beauty and just like exploring because there's a lot of people want to learn about that. So Kurt's been getting Botox, and then he got some laser hair removal,
All right.
and then I got some I can't remember micro.
microneedling.
No. Well, yeah. Just like on my cheeks, but it's
Yes.
not microneedling. It's something different.
Micro pen.
Microdermabrasion?
Not micro.
What did it feel like?
Venus Versa.
Microbiology?
It's
I don't
called
know,
Venus Versa. It's like that, but it's a different opportunity. And then it's like this one machine that does like all these different things. So it treats with lasers, but it is like micropenning, but it's like some different machine now.
Yep, I have an esthetician in my space that does that, and she says it's amazing.
Yeah.
So speaking of Botox, in the swag bag, we have one of the biggest things I wanted for the show was for everyone to get amazing swag bags, because lots of times you pay for the VIP seat and you get this swag bag full of like flyers. And so the swag bag itself is gorgeous, but it also has free Botox from Bay Area Aesthetics. Free Botox. 10 units of free Botox and dermaplane and lash lift free.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
You're going to get some and then as well as some other goodies. There's a tanning package in there. There's gift cards from
Mother's
the
Day
boutiques.
jackpot.
So there's some really cool
So you
things.
must
in
be
the swag
excited,
bag.
Kelly?
So husbands listening for mothers,
It'd be
get
good.
them a ticket for
Yeah.
tomorrow's event.
And they get the swag bag, and it's like, hey, as part of Happy Mother's Day, this is something fun, and then you get all these items for free too. That's kind of cool.
Well, the VIP sold out, but
Oh,
I
yeah,
did
that's
want
right,
to
sorry.
I was gonna say.
Oh,
sorry,
never
it's
mind.
VIP.
You can't
But
get
I
any
did
of
want to
that.
get everyone excited for the people
Oh,
that
I'm VIP. What do you say?
Oh, you are okay. Are y'all VIP too? Did y'all?
Yes, we're the.
But there's still opportunity with the raffle basket.
And we got
Okay.
to bless a Dickinson teacher. Well, Kelly blessed a Dickinson teacher and a friend, so they get to come as well and be VIP.
Yeah.
And we're doing hair and makeup for
Yep,
the
hair and
teacher.
makeup for the teacher, and she was affected by Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really neat, and it ties in because all of our proceeds from this event will go to
The summer
sponsoring,
project.
Yes, our summer project, which is sponsoring Dickinson ISD teachers
Cool.
getting back in the classroom for next year.
So it's Teacher Appreciation Week. Speaking of that, what does that mean for y'all, and then what does that mean for you? Y'all go first.
Well, I mean, teachers are amazing people, and I've probably spent more money than I need to, but trying to show them as much appreciation as possible.
Please pass my kids. Right. No.
Our sons are in the same class.
Oh,
so
cool.
I feel sorry.
What school is it? Is it Mossman? Or-
Go for it.
Go Forth. Okay. And he's in first grade.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a son or a daughter?
I do. I have two sons.
Two
One
sons?
is in 7th grade, a 13-year-old, and then a 7-year-old.
Okay. And then what about teacher appreciation? Are you able to send anything, or you're just like,
Oh,
You're like
no,
good.
definitely. I actually did. I made them all. Well, I didn't make them.
She's
My
the ultimate helper at school. She goes up to that school all the time.
That's cool.
Just a volunteer. I'm in the library. It's like the best part for me to be there. I broke the copier like 3 times.
They were like, we're going to put you over here.
Yeah, they're like, could you just scan books back in?
stop making copies.
No, but my daughter, she adores her teacher, so she wrote her a poem. I'm thinking they're learning about poetry. So
Yeah.
It was it was really cute. But I got them all positivity planners for next year, and it has planners and like inspirational quotes, and it's not like a planner for 2019, so they can use it. I don't know. I just thought, and I thought
That's cool.
I like that.
Yeah, just showing something, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I'm sure teachers appreciate that.
If I could give my son's teacher $1 million and a vacation,
She's amazing.
I would.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
really neat. It can build up. It can build a teacher can build up your child's self-esteem so
Yeah.
much. My son is definitely much more of a handful than my daughter's in a beautiful way. But
Of
he
course.
definitely pushes the boundaries, and he has teachers this year that
Sometimes boys do, though.
have given him such a fundamental platform for going into kindergarten. I feel really blessed.
Yeah. What about you, Leah? Teacher appreciation. You are the teacher, but you're
Teacher
also the mom.
appreciation and Mother's Day.
Yeah.
This
yeah,
is
it's
like
probably a double whammy
The
this week.
Super Bowl. This is it.
Yeah,
You know, for
kind
you.
of. I've actually had a really great week, and it has nothing to do with being a teacher. We've kind of taken the week off from school this week.
That's why it's been so good.
Because my husband doesn't have regular weekends, so we took our anniversary trip at the beginning of this week and ended up cutting that short and coming home so I could help my sister have her baby 2 days ago.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just on cloud 9. I'm a new auntie, and I've just had the best week ever.
Yeah.
Are you going on a cruise?
No.
Man, you need to go on a cruise.
We don't like boats.
Really?
No.
No water?
I can't do more than 5 days. On
No. I don't do well.
Fishing?
I mean, I can do small boats, I was a canoeist in high school, but other than that, I
A
don't.
canoeist? Tell me
Yeah.
more.
Oh, I held a state championship
That's
when I was
cool.
18. Yeah.
But is it like racing, like in canoes?
Oh, yeah.
She's world class canoe.
I believe
Not,
it.
not
come-
world
how come
class,
you
just
don't-
Texas.
You don't. I say I'm world class.
But it's like it. But he told me like weightlifting and stuff like that. I'm like, Kurt, I don't believe you. I'm sorry. I don't believe you. But like you, yeah, I could see you in the canoe and doing well.
That's how I met my husband. Yeah.
He was a canoeist as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were
You
14
ran
or
him
15.
over with the canoe, right?
No, actually, we were the worst canoeing partners ever. We fought like it was terrible. And that's when I started racing with just girls. And I was like, this is where it's at. And we did, my partner and I, Abby, did really, really well. So
Cool.
yeah. But that's how we met.
So you hated him at first.
You know, I don't think it's always love at first sight, especially when you're 14.
True.
He picked me up and threw me in Dickinson Bayou, so we did not get off
That
to a
sounds
good
fun.
start.
Alligator?
With the alligators.
Yeah.
I don't like alligators.
Nature.
Don't do that for Mother's Day.
Wildlife.
She's like, let's not relive that first time we met.
Oh, it's fine. We've rehashed it.
So how long have y'all been married?
14 years.
14 years.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was going off your number. And then I'm all throwing out weird odd numbers over
10
here.
and a half. 3/4.
Just like, 14. I don't remember that day.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on. If you have any questions, I guess Lauren is going to be at the event.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that'll be a good time. A lot of people are going to be there. And can you name one more time the boutiques and the people who are participating?
Sure. Ivory Boutique, Brave Boutique, and then Danielle Iman. Guys and Styles will be coming in from Montrose. We have 5 amazing hairstylists and makeup artists as well that are coming in. One is flying in from Denver. She's a good girlfriend of mine. And there's going to be lots of help. My assistant, Rebecca, is going to be there with me. We have my husband and children working the door. Mom's on a mission. There's just people have reached out. Juxtapose Art Collective have been incredible to work with, and they have shared a lot of their networks and their group of people to come and help. So Lauren will be there. She's going to be an incredible person helping serve drinks, and I'm really looking forward to having everyone there. And
Was it easy to choose Moms on a Mission to help
Yes.
benefit?
they were the first thought.
Yes, right now. Steph was on blast.
No, it was honestly, it
Very-
wasn't even a
very
thought. It
generous.
was the first. They were the first people that I thought of. Especially, I
You
just
don't have
felt
to lie
like
about-
with with the theme and it being Mother's Day and
Yeah.
everything that they've
And right
done
after
as moms
Harvey,
themselves.
Kelly stepped up and like made like these little bags of like hair products and things like that.
That we
Like
could
we
get
were
to
able,
her
and then
with.
doing makeovers on homeowners. So I mean, we've been in this for the long run.
Yeah, thank you. The survivor's guilt was real. I've never really experienced. I'm not from here. I'm from the desert, so water. I was like, whoa! It totally was baffling to me, and it instantly. I mean, I think as everybody did, there's something beautiful. Someone said something the other day, and I think it rung so true. When it was 9/11, and he said, I don't want to remember 9/11. I want to remember 9/12. Because the day after is when everyone comes together and really supports. And I feel it was the same thing with Harvey. In the moment, we do not want to remember the tornado warnings and the flooding, but we want to remember how the community came together the next day and gave. And there's such this feeling. It's overwhelming. And I wouldn't have been prouder to live anywhere else in the moment just because of how everyone came and raffled together. So I work for 2 product companies, which is Bodyography and Joico, and I reached out to them, and they were incredible and sent. Bodyography is a professional cosmetic company. They sent makeup wipes and skincare and stuff because these people couldn't bathe. And so we tried to give them a way to feel clean and feel normal without their homes.
Ashley Stewart-Syme said hi.
Hi, Ashley.
Because she works.
She's an esthetician.
Yeah.
She's incredible. She's my go-to girl. She has amazing products, and she helped a lot as well.
Yeah, we met her through Dr. Chapa, which is he's the founder and owner of Living Well Clinical Nutrition in League City, but he takes like a natural approach to health.
Yes.
And so she was at one of his events during a detox and cleanse that he was doing, and I think she was able to, I guess, take a natural approach whenever it comes to beauty.
Yes.
Which, if I guess it can be important. It just depends on where you're at. But
Yeah, it's a little bit about your lifestyle, and she definitely touches on an organic and very clean lifestyle. So all of her products are shipped from Hungary, I believe. That's called Eminence, and everything she does is just really focused on a very clean way of approach with beauty. And if you've never had a facial with her, I suggest you do it because it is not only impactful for your skin, but also very, very relaxing.
yeah, I had a facial. That's my daughter and my wife. I remember I had a facial the other day for the first time at Brazilian Drops.
Nice.
And It was awesome. I'm a believer now because I usually don't like people touching me. But yeah, it was. You know, they had like music and it was actually worship music. And I was like, man, I like these songs. You know, it was like good music and like lights and all this other stuff. But it was fun. I would do it again. Highly recommended.
Yes, highly recommended. And there's amazing talent all over this city. So whoever you choose, I'm sure that you just enjoy the experience. It's nice to shut down. We live in such a society where like we don't ever turn off anymore. And so it's nice to like be forced to.
Yeah. Cool. So we're about out of time. Is there anything else y'all would like to share at all?
When can I get on the stage?
The very end.
At the very end, after the doors close.
When does it start? Yeah,
When the lights are off.
Very early or very late?
Yeah, that'll be your cue when the lights turn off.
It's a good date night tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Fun event.
How much are tickets?
Date night tonight.
Their tickets are $35 for general admission, which gets you a second row seat, and then standing room only is $25. They do go up $10 at the door.
Okay.
But there are still some tickets available. You can go on my site, Kelly's House of Color, on Facebook or Instagram, and it's spelled COLOUR. So you can go there
So
and
you know it's good.
yeah, there's a tab, and
I like
you
it.
can get your tickets there.
It's pronounced the same way though. Color.
Or color.
Color.
But
Ooh,
color.
that's
yeah.
nice. Is that what is that? Is that like
It's actually the like the UK term of the act of coloring.
okay, cool. Why is it that the UK and like that side of the world is first? They get to decide the fashion trends.
I don't know. I believe they just get it first. They're kind of like the first in everything, right? They were the first society, and
Yeah.
they really do. And then it just takes a while for us to get it. But Canada will get it first, and then it'll come down to us. Mexico is really great with some of their fashion trends as well. So we just kind of get the filtered effect of it. And I don't know. I that's a good question. I'll research that.
Yeah. You know that
You
that has me
stumped me.
thinking. We had I've reached out to Brave Boutique because I was trying to get them in as a guest just to talk about everything because they're like right by my house. And so I've stopped in a couple times and I'm like, oh, they're like, email this person. Done, you know. So if you have a contact and if they're interested in doing anything, I'd love to have them on.
Kendra is the contact, and she's amazing, and I will let her know.
Okay.
She's a very busy girl. She's got 2 locations now, so I know that she's spread pretty thin, but she's amazing. And Jessie from Ivory is an incredible human being as well.
Where are they at?
Ivory Boutique is on 518. Right before you get to 45 on the left-hand side, there's like Wonderful Burrito. And
Oh, yeah.
I like know where the food is.
Sure, yeah.
But it's right over there across from like Kelly's. Okay.
Yeah, I know where Wonderful Burrito is. Say no more. Yeah.
It's on that road. She's listening, and I'm going to be like, I'm sorry.
I've honestly never been to Wonderful Burrito,
Oh,
but
it's
our intern Ethan, he is big on puns and funny jokes. You know, that he thinks they're funny. So we were at League City Music Fest and the barbecue cook-off, and they were one of the sponsors. And he was like, "Wonderful burrito, that's so awesome!" And I was like, "Yeah, he didn't."
It is pretty clever. My friend named her pig Kevin Bacon, and I laughed for like 20 minutes.
We had some goats in for goat yoga the other day.
Oh my gosh! Did you guys do that?
Well, we've done it. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Do they really stay on you while you're doing it?
I've never been able to get the goat to stay on me, but again, I'm not like the ideal like
Yogi?
yoga person,
Oh.
so I feel like they get
Goat was
scared. Yes.
May have been the hiked pant leg.
Your energy was off.
I just had the one leg up. Yeah, the one leg pant leg up.
All
Got
right.
scared.
It's 11 o'clock. Hey, go check out this event, Kelly's House of Color.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Kelly's House of Color. Mom's on a mission. Make sure you like them on social media. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Coming up tomorrow, we're going to have a later show. We're going to be on at 9 o'clock because of LeaderCast Galveston County taking place right here in our building.
Exciting. All right. Bye, Facebook.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye. Bye, Instagram.